The horn, it works. Hi everybody. It's good to
Always
see you.
works.
It does indeed. For another Friday here on West March's Blue Roses on Weave the Tale. I hope everybody's been well this week. Thank you so much again for Green Ronin for hosting the game that we're playing, Blue Ronin sponsoring it, and Weave the Tale for actually hosting the actual game. So with that out of the way, hi everybody, my name is Anthony, he, him pronouns. You can find me on Twitter at Prainntheplague. And before we get into a little bit of background on this campaign that we're playing here, as well as our wonderful events for tonight and sub goals and donation goals and all of that, let's introduce our wonderful cast. And before I see who the order was, we're going to go ahead with Ian before I lose any more time.
Hi, I'm Ian. Now to Sam.
What?
It's a better face to look at anyways, so.
This is what happens when you do tech
Oh,
and play at the same time.
You look so
true.
good, Sam. Hi, how are you?
I am not Ian. I'm Sam. I'm doing good. Fantastic actually, because finally I get to be on this side instead of the other side and playing Blue Rose, which I've heard so much about. So, yeah. Find me a Scribbling Penny.
Yeah.
I'll be in Weave the Tale in chat, and I'll be playing Morra, a sea folk mage, adept of some sort. It's gonna be fun.
Nice.
Sam and Ian are both our wonderful techs, and they've been doing an amazing job this season. It's awesome to have Sam and Ian behind the curtain for some
Mostly
playing, and and I really
excited.
appreciate your sea folk.
I've definitely never managed to play with both of you at the same time before.
It's awesome. It's so good.
Sure.
Yay. Thank you so much.
I don't think Sam and I have
Morning
played a
PvP.
game together.
No! Oh my god, we haven't!
That's not
Not
true.
since-
The last time that I played
Oh,
with
that's
both
true.
y'all, Sam killed Ian, and Judge is still out on that, everybody. We'll see about this session, but before we get there, VoidCat, so nice to see you. What's going on?
Hey, what's up, everyone? I'm VoidCat. As you can see, I'm playing myself today. No, but yes, seriously. I'm a pirate cat. And I like to hang out on ships and just not do anything and pretend to be a pet, but not actually be a pet. So, I've been nicknamed by my crew, Parrot. So that's my name. I'm Parrot the cat.
Parrot the cat.
I'm excited to be an annoying cat today.
It is April 1st, everybody. I hope everybody is engaging in some responsible, fun, and innocuous pranks. So I'm sure that Parrot is going to be quite, as described earlier, obstinate in some situations. So that's going to be a lot of fun to see. Back to Ian playing Myurin.
There we go.
Back to me. Oh, yes, I'm playing Myurin. I thought I did my intro. I'm at IanVJames on Twitter. I talk about Pathfinder, if it's the second one, and not the first one, and not the 5th edition one. And I started getting into eating fruits lately. Because they keep making them. They'll keep making them. I went to the grocery store. Fresh. They're ready. It's good. It's good.
Surrealism aside, yes, everybody, fruits and vegetables are good for you, and in fact do continue to grow. So a little bit of context on the West Marches that we usually run around here. Hi everybody, I wanted to make West Marches with less played games. It's a fun format that is really fun with other game types as well, and I want to do it in the world of Blue Rose, where trans and queer people are put at the forefront of every story, considered the default, or given their own spaces and stories. And so that really appealed to me, so that's what I wanted to do here in the West Marches. We've had an amazing number of weeks so far. They've destroyed a patriotic theocracy. They've rejected a caste system and created a union of true love. There's been pirates, there's been destructive unicorns, and there's been model United Nations, basically. So quite a number of different things that we've done over the last couple weeks here in West Marches. It's going to be exactly the same today, and a number of ridiculous options presented to our wonderful cast when they get in there. But before they do, let's talk about sub goals and retweet goals. So we're at 6 out of 20 retweets, and at 20 retweets, every retweet is a health point to be used as healing by any of the party members for anyone and anything, including rocks. I love seeing rocks. I say this every week. I love seeing rocks get healed, which has happened recently. I like seeing mango leather pants get healed, which not recent, but was pretty much a highlight. So it could be for really. How could you do your work without your vegan pants that are super sustainable? That's really important. Okay. Moving back to it. So that's what we got for retweet goals. For sub goals, at 5 subs, every player will get 3 additional conviction. Conviction can be used for rerolls, can be used to pick yourself up off death, major actions, all kinds of things. So make sure that we get those retweet and sub goals, and let's try and get some additional stuff for the story and our players tonight. We also do have donations. We have $5 for an additional conviction, $15 for a bane, and $25 for a magic weapon or item to be given to every player in every subsequent week upcoming. So pretty easy way to help break the system and add more story. So those are some fun donations, sub and retweet goals that we got for tonight. Okay, so moving on and to the actual game. Every week we start at the amazing Roamer's Rest. The Roamers are a Romanji-coded people who have built up quite a culture of seers, of storytellers, of oral historians, of traders, and they have a very large sort of, I mean, I call it an inn or a tavern, but it's really like a castle. And a sort of very large settlement as a hub outside of the central city of Aldis, where roamers go to relax, to share their stories, to unwind, to stay a while, and listen. So that's what the Roamer's Rest is. That's what the Roamer's Rest is for. We love it about there. There's quite a number of things to do, and at the end of it, our wonderful party members will look at the bounty board, see what's going on in the world, head over and tackle whatever they see fit in the West Marches and get those rewards, and leave a thread for our future weeks to deal with. You know, because it's not these people's problems; it's the later weeks' problem. We're going to start by introducing the wonderful Morra, who has just walked into this very accessible tavern. There are 2 doors. There's a humanoid-sized door, and then there is like a rye creature-sized door for rye horses, for rye elephants, for all manner of rye creatures to slip through. There are tables accessible as well, large tables, small tables, benches, there's chandeliers with rye monkeys and beer steins flying around. So it is a very lively place. The bar is wide, open, and it's empty. It seems like business is a little slow today, so there's a huge and glorious feast at the front for everybody to feast on. And of course, Morra steps through the gate first.
Yeah, just the normal door, to be clear. She is definitely a humanoid. And she just, like, her eyes are darting around, looking absolutely parched for something to drink. And her eyes kind of focus in on that large tank in Roamer's Rest where the dolphins are normally gambling. And she is just going to literally, like, once her eyes find that, sprint across the room. And is there like a staircase leading up to it? Like, I'm guessing like the top is open.
So everybody, I've been had. Sam has been in every one of my weeks, and so knows exactly the best way to have fun at the rest. Yes, there are stairs leading down to the basement where there is a tub filled with beer and dolphin sitting inside the tub of beer, trading and gambling, betting sardines and other small fish, drinking, kind of going down for gulps of beer, smoking herbs out of their blowhole. and having a large tank of black congealed pufferfish toxin liquor, which you do spot straight away. This is what they use to haze each other, and whenever one of them loses a fight at the fight club, probably drink a little more than they should, see if it incapacitates them, and then go right back to gambling. So that's what you are up to. That's what you do see.
Beelining to it. She won't even go down all the stairs since it's in the basement. She will just like leap over the railing of the staircase and dive right in.
To the beer or the
Huge splash.
toxin? I gotta be clear.
Whichever is closest and more sustainable. Probably the toxin.
Okay, all right. So this is gonna be a super 80s collegiate American film moment. You're going to literally, like, whoa, jump off this staircase and break the roof.
Amazing.
Break the roof of this keg. You land in it, and this is the most concentrated liquor that Aldis, the world of Albion has ever known. Please roll a
Shit.
very high target number Constitution check. However, if you win, they will treat you like a godfather, basically. Like,
I don't know. That means I think I did it.
yeah, you
win?
not only pass, but you also
I
get
win?
5 stun points. Yeah, you do win. You also have 10 stun points to do whatever you want with. Okay, I need a moment. I wasn't expecting that. You hop out,
I mean,
covered. You're trashed. However, you are not incapacitated. Not a single. You drank enough for every single like 500-pound dolphin in that room to be knocked right on their fins, and are perfectly fine. Jimmy, who immediately walks, kind of approaches you, is a shirtless dolphin with a kind of a trilby and a tie wrapped around his neck. Jimmy's like, "You've earned my respect in such a short amount of time. I can't help but offer you this." And takes out like straight up a chest of 2,000 gold. I mean, nobody's done this yet. Normally you'd have to like get in the fight club, gamble. You just get like this actual treasure trove. You're absolutely like just ridiculous rich now. I mean, this is, I just want to point out, Sam again, like has seen these weeks, so this is like speed run to the stash, fastest way to get it. Any percent run,
cheats
like,
enabled.
it's on.
Do we
Yeah,
just
yeah.
get Jimmy respect any percent?
Jimmy respect. This is the,
yeah, officially call it 22 minutes 48 seconds on the VOD. Jimmy respect any percent.
Jimmy, any percent run, new world record. You have access to continue gambling with them. The other dolphins are looking at you in complete awe. They're like, "I'm sorry, okay?" Like as you hop out, like they offer you a sardine, like a lone sardine, like with one fin, slimy or fish oil flip flop, and
oh no, I think you can do much better than that.
start looking at each other, trilbies down, whispering conferences. And they basically just hold out whatever they have in like their like clothes pockets. And so you get a couple of like pearls, you get a couple of like summons, some banknotes, and herbs, all kinds of just associated random valuables found that day, as you basically stick up these dolphins after having already taken about a week's worth of pay for them combined. So.
She will add it to this chest that she has now acquired. With a quick snap, close the lid, and smile and walk back up to the front of the bar, where the bartender is. And she's like, "I've just made a ton of money. Drinks on me, everyone here."
Barley, who is our Layvel non-binary amazing bartender by the name with pronouns he, she, they, kind of looks straight at you, ghost-eyed. He's sullen. I heard everything.
Mhm.
should I be scared of you? I mean, I know that I'm supposed to expect special people every week, but I I don't know. This is too much. I haven't seen anybody take down Jimmy that fast yet.
She'll like lean over the counter. She's like, yes, you should be very scared of me. Now let's start pouring some drinks.
Yeah, scare's not the only thing I am, they say, and go right to pouring drinks. Is it, flustered, blushing, she gets right to it on the nozzles and just sprays an entire row of them. Shots, drinks, meat platters, soup, fruit, if anybody would like some fresh fruit. It is also like, I don't know. If you just look at it for long enough, the strawberries get bigger every minute, right? They are continuously growing. So, next up, Myurin or Parrot, who would like to go first?
Myron's walking in, but I think Myron is keen to observe an interaction before he speaks. So I don't know what's Parrot doing.
Parrot is hanging out near where all of these shenanigans happen because Parrot is waiting for somebody to accidentally knock some sardines out of the water and or beer and just ready to snatch up any sardines that do happen to fly out my way. And if I'm
The
like
dolphins.
wandering, prowling the tables and listening to whoever is talking and snatching up other people's food, then I'm too cute to be worried about.
So this is what I see in my head canon, and you can confirm if that's true or not. But I see a very large Maine Coon type black cat stride along table to table, stepping on cake, taking small bites of shrimp from cocktails as they go, eventually getting to the top of this like staircase railing as these horrified gangster dolphins throw the remains of their catch and their dredge at this like you know, crime boss, sea folk leaving, acting fortunately, and just keeping your mouth open as like a number of these sardines just like fall in your mouth, basically, as the eternal maw consumes more.
I'm having a great day. It's going well.
The rest is a delight. Myron takes
a large.
But is this during Morra? Are you paying for everybody? Is that what I've gathered here?
Oh yeah, Morra is paying for everyone's drinks. She has a lot of money. She's not very good with money.
Of them.
All of them.
Myron's gonna ask the gent, whoever's passing this stuff out. Barley's, they have to have an assistant, right?
This is true. It is actually a person by the name of Edward. Edward is an assistant,
Edward.
so Barley themselves are a roamer, as basically only people who are roamer and part of the roamer culture can have a stake in the rest, right? As basically to keep it under roamer sort of oversight and make sure it continues to be a hub for roamers. So Edward is an Aldis, sort of Alden apprentice that has been working there, but eventually would like to leave as they really wouldn't, stay for a long time, as they really wouldn't be able to make any part of this rest for themselves. However, Edward is hardworking, clearly dedicated, and is trying to keep up with this unimaginable demand. Like the horse is like, I am 1,000 pounds. I require a keg, please. So you see Edward come up from the basement.
Yeah.
Heaving a keg, putting it down, getting back to it, until you do catch a moment of his attention.
Well, Myron is going to offer some help. Myron's absolutely not carrying a keg. Brown hair, has been seeing some snowfall lately. Ashen. a bump at some point. You could tell there's a crack in his forehead to a patch without hair on otherwise very bushy eyebrows. He walks like he's in pain, and it's because he is. His youth has been spent. It's not clear what it's been spent on, but approaching Edward, he'll ask, "Do you need some help with that boy? You seem mighty busy."
Of course, but I really wouldn't want to trouble you, sir. I'm just.
No, no,
Are you sure?
no trouble at all. Aye.
Okay, sure. Well, I mean, you can call me Edward. He, him pronouns. Who are you?
Name's Myurin, and it's much the same. Here, you hand me the light things, colorful, and take the keg. But I have to ask, who's funding such a thing?
Oh, I mean, it's like a demon. And enter the rest. I haven't felt anything like this since the skeleton knights from Kern visited us about, I don't know, 5 weeks ago. I haven't been here for that
Demon.
long, but that was a dark day. Yeah, right there.
Myurin
Pointing.
is gonna look over. Morra, do you appear, for all intents and purposes, what I think you appear as? And that's not a demon.
Definitely not a demon. Though she is holding some sort of court. A chair's been pulled up, kind of like by the stage, and for some reason, people are like handing her things. She's very confused.
Yeah. Now, let me ask you, Edward, how would a demon pay for such a thing?
Oh, sorry, were you asking Edward or were you asking Morra?
Yeah, I was asking Edward. No, I've not approached Morra yet.
Okay,
Feel free.
sorry. So Edward is like, listen, I don't know how, okay? Jimmy's the toughest guy in the bar. Now, surely, yes, he does get his ass kicked every week, but you know what? That really doesn't mean anything. He's still the strongest one. He defends us. The roamers and these Ryfen have each other's backs, but not this time. This demon walked in, didn't say a thing to anyone, walked straight downstairs, and instead of gambling or fighting them like you would normally do, they took all the liquor. They took all the liquor and then they made the others give them all their money. This is unprecedented. Stay away from that
Money.
one.
Something. So Myron's gonna understand pretty immediately that Morra is sea folk. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
I gotta check
she's
that
a
out.
sea folk, and we have had a number of higher migration recently from the matriarchy of Lartian and the associated Pirate Isles, but I mean that's because of some unrest in the matriarchy. They're fleeing to Aldis, it seems.
yeah. I want to ask, where's my place of work and residence? It's got to be away from here, I imagine.
Yeah, I mean, you're, like I said, this is outside of the city. So, in fact, this is, like, farther than the boonies, right? This is, you gotta leave, like, the city gates and specifically come here. So, usually people come here for, you know, to participate in the unique culture or to gamble or to learn from one of the seers or to have their, like, a guided reading with one of the seers as well, right? So, there's all kinds of reasons to come to the rest, just depending on whatever you want to do.
All right. I'm gonna approach. We at the bar?
Yeah, kind
Sure.
of near the stage, but by the bar, yeah.
So, what's this fuss? You're scaring the kids.
Should hope there's not any children here. This is a place where they sell alcohol.
Yeah, well, as far as
Unless
I
you've
know.
brought your children, old man, perhaps they should be waiting outside.
Oh. It sells drink, that ain't unique. Why are you really here?
What a question to ask someone you just met. You don't even know my name yet.
But you could be so generous. I've seen it.
She'll extend a hand. Morra. And you are?
Myurin.
Myurin.
Look, I'm, not in a position to ask, but, I need help. It could be folk, but it could be anyone. Except maybe a horse.
And what sort of help could I possibly offer you?
Well, see, that's the rub, isn't it? What sort of reward could I possibly offer you? You got the touch of gold.
I mean, you need to tell me what you have. Because from what I'm seeing, you do not have much to offer.
What I'm seeing are nightmares. My assistant is about your age. He went missing in the water. His pack can't swim. I need help looking for him.
How do you not know he's drowned? Already gone.
That ain't my job to rule out.
Well, she sort of looks around. Seeing as I am the best person for the job, I suppose I could help. Seeing as I am so generous.
Marley is like, doesn't know whether to pick up like a little bit of like herbs that like stink, potpourri basically to like repel you, or the exact opposite combination to get you closer, and is like literally looking down at two different bags. Doesn't know which one to press. Weighing the options.
Suddenly
Result.
Morra will just like jump up as a drink is like spilled on her. Just, who let a cat in here? It's like glaring at Parrot. It's muted. I think
Cat
you're
is
muted,
silent.
Void. Oh. She's just meowing. It must just be some common cat.
Literally hand movements. Just like swatting you away.
Interesting. Well, when do you need the body found by Myurin?
You think I know the answer to that question? In earnest. Been gone for weeks.
Does it seem like you know the answer? Then it's probably bloated.
That's if he's resting there in the bottom.
Yeah, and the ghouls haven't picked out his eyes by now. Have you had a drink yet? You seem a little uptight.
Yeah, Myron seems pretty haunted by the moment captured, kind of in a different place. Before becoming quiet again, he'll say, "Yeah, I haven't enough though."
Marley, is it?
Yeah, it's whatever you want. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Can you take care of this old man? Can you make sure he has a drink, something to calm his nerves, if you know what I mean?
Well, ageism is pretty important to roamers, so usually we try to show respect to our elders more and, not be ageist. So, apart from that, I am happy to serve Myurin. I am still very confused by you, and is still like holding both bags. But sure, yeah, I mean it's already paid for. So here you go, Myurin, and there's like a bottle that gets handed to you because there's already like free drinks out, right? But if Morra is asking for something for you, and there's like, there's the only thing more I can give you is a bottle.
Hopefully that will soothe your joints.
He pours you a glass, and this like congealed black liquid again slides out of the bottle into the cup, filling it. And this is concentrated pufferfish toxin liquor. Seems like you're getting like peer pressured basically into drinking this pufferfish toxin.
Now, I ain't from here.
Clearly.
But is that what I think it is?
If you're from where I think you're from, it is exactly what you think it is.
All right. Narrator. Do I have any way of knowing what this is gonna do to me?
Straight up, not at all, unless you ask.
It's really the congealment. It turns me the wrong direction.
Yeah, it's like snake venom's effect on blood. It is congealed.
I'll tell you what. If you're drinking some, I'll drink some.
It's such a bad... Okay. Now, I just want to clarify. Morra, if we consider like drink as like a poison level, you've hit the bottom and are good. So you could conceivably drink as much as you'd like to of anything, and you would just stay the same. So you're already trashed. You could totally drink more. It would do nothing to you. So if that's what Myurin would feel better by, you don't need to roll. Myurin, you still would.
All right.
So I'll take it.
Let's do this.
Take it away. Well, how do you cheers? Do you?
Myron's afraid of the way this thing is gonna jiggle. It's bottoms up on this.
A toast to new friends.
Yeah, we'll just. Let's hope I don't croak. I'm just gonna. Yeah, like a warm silly putty. Rolling down. What am I rolling? Con?
For sure. Okay. Straight up, you fall out of the chair, and either Morra or Parrot would have to use some sort of psychic ability here to stop you from hitting the ground, if they want. But no one else will.
Had to add that part.
No, I think it'll be funnier to let him fall, unless it looks like he's gonna hurt himself.
I mean, how tall are
It's
these
like
bar stools?
it's
fine.
I mean, it's like a high bar stool, and yeah, I mean, he could totally just fall on his butt and be fine.
If he can fall on his butt and be fine, I'm not gonna do anything. That sounds hilarious.
Yeah. Parrot just attack balloons on, just staring at the fast-moving object, I imagine, but not actually doing anything. Nice.
I do have a question,
Oh,
because I can always listen, even if I can't speak. Is there any gelatin, I guess? Is there any gelatin left in your cup? Myurin?
Yes. Yeah, Myron,
A little bit?
the whole way through.
Yeah.
The whole way through?
No, you
That seems like
didn't.
a
You got halfway
hilarious
through before
response.
you fell.
Yeah. That's right. I'm gonna...
Had to bite it off.
Is it a moment of bravery or just trying to show that I'm better than Myurin? I'm gonna try to lap that up, see how bad it really is. Just a little bit. Just a little bit.
Okay,
Wait,
so
what was-
please roll con for me, and that'll be 3d6
Please.
plus your constitution.
Also, I have carousing. Does it help here? No. Because that's.
I
a
would say
10
that yes, it does.
otherwise.
Okay, yeah, it's a 12. I would say that you passed with a 12 actually, because that's higher than what others have gotten in past weeks.
That's what you get. The cat beat you.
Your whiskers definitely frizz out for a bit, as you you stop for a second. And exactly, with that, it's enough to sandpaper the rest of it off. You're good. No incapacitation. Myron,
I'm
you
just gonna,
definitely hit the ground.
I'm gonna pad to the edge of the bar and then just stare straight down at you. Just unblinking, tail flicking.
Just baking, kneading some biscuits while you look straight at Myron fall. It's like literally ideal. Morra?
Yeah,
do you say
getting
to
up
this? Break this
very
hip?
slowly. Break my hip.
She definitely does like
First
the,
of all, a
the
blow
salute
like
with her
that.
cup.
That'd be detrimental to me even when I was spry. I weigh 16 stone. Secondly, who will be drinking that on purpose?
The cat did.
You really might be a demon.
A demon that's
I
gonna
really
help
might
you
be.
find a body. Oh, cat too. Wait, it talks?
Of course I can talk, idiot. It's only in your head, too.
Maybe I have had too much to drink.
Barley looks at you. No, come on, Morra. Like, we have plenty of space for Rye creatures to be in their own space and eat the food they like. That's just a cat that's been coming in, every day for like the last 2 months. The cat hasn't spoken to me a single time, or to anybody really. Are you okay? Are you hearing things?
Morra is just like staring very intently at this cat. Ooh!
Listen,
No.
where
I swear this cat
properties of such an intoxicant, a shared hallucination, I put it past, but this is something.
Can I grab the cat?
You can try. I won't like it. How fast are you? How fast are you grabbing?
Very fast.
Wait for the belly
Okay.
rolls.
She just
Then
like
it's just like-
lunges forward.
This is gonna hang for a second, then like squirm.
I will put you down if you talk. None of that. None of that. I will pull your tail next.
That's rude.
See, did you hear that?
No.
So, sorry to be clear, are you asking Barley if he heard Parrot because you're asking Parrot to speak to Barley or to you?
Parrot's only speaking to Morra. Just to be clear for everybody
Okay.
at home, Parrot is psychic
Yes.
and can't actually talk, so is only talking to Morra right now, just to make life difficult for Morra, because that's hilarious.
Yeah.
But Morra is assuming that everybody can hear what Parrot
Yes.
is saying.
Yeah, and
Yes.
Myurin is on pufferfish toxin and agreed with Morra without understanding. So now Myurin is convinced he heard Parrot speak. Such words were incepted into his own mind.
I do believe Parrot called
but
you
I
an
s-
idiot at some point, so you probably heard that.
I heard that.
Yep, Parrot did insult you. That was a kitty insult prior to the drinking, or or I guess it was after the drinking. So it might have still been the effects of
During
that.
the drinking somewhere.
During the drink. Yeah, right before you hit the ground. Okay, so Barley does not hear it. No, I'm sorry. I really don't. But I'd be happy to offer you any tea or anything that might help you calm and take stride in what you're doing.
Help me what? Marley?
Well,
Marley?
I mean, we're roamers, so to focus the spirits around you, of course, and to use their power, to coexist with them, to raise up together. Clearly, this is a spirit to you.
So if I drink your magic tea, I will be better able to commune with this cat.
Yeah, that's exactly correct. But I warn you, this journey is not for the faint of heart.
Throw it, put the cat back down. It's like, okay. Give me this tea, and then we will go on the journey to find Myurin's body. What's his name again? It doesn't matter. Tea.
Yeah, it's
Barley.
exactly. It is barley. Just I hope you remember it after this. Barley takes 10 grams of this moldy container of mushrooms, and starts to boil essentially what is magic mushroom tea. Hands you 3 grams being about standard, but roamers tend to use about 10 for higher plane kind of meetings. So since the spirit journey is what you're asking for, you're gonna get 10 grams. So puts it in front of you, adds a little lemon, help break down the compounds, make it a little bit easier for you to digest, and basically says a small like prayer and a chant, blesses the tea, and hands it to you. I serve toxin every single day. I've knocked horses on themselves, which is to say their asses, but I've never served anything like this in quite a while. So the roamers will back you and even give you a chance to learn with us if you make it through this successfully.
Well, I'm looking over at this other woman at the bar. Is Daisy a fairy? Or what is Daisy? Yeah.
So I was going to, first of all, hi everybody.
She'll just say cheers
quick,
to Daisy.
yeah, quick intro on that. Let's do a little bit of a character intro, or I should say a person intro for our last cast member, Janie.
Hi, yeah, that's my name, Janie, 7575.
Welcome,
And
Janie. It's good to play
my
with you.
character has a reason for being late, okay? I promise.
Exactly, that's what I was gonna say. I'm sorry. go ahead.
Tea.
Yeah, the tea.
So intro my character.
Yeah. Well, in just a second. But Morra, you drink the tea, okay, and suddenly appears to you the vision of a fairy. Daisy, it is your time to shine as you speak with Morra, as its effects, unlike real-world counterparts, happen almost instantaneously.
Well, I kind of stumbled in kind of late just from the date. I'm like dropping stuff as I'm running or approaching.
What does this mean?
I'm late. Sorry, there was
Parrot
just this.
is also, since Morra put Parrot down, is gonna like hop over to Daisy. Daisy, Parrot is a Maine Coon sized black cat. Just a regular cat as far as you're aware, but the cat's been hanging out a lot recently, and since you're at the bar kind of like more often, and the cat has been very friendly to you.
Well, hey,
Trying to
there
eat
was
your
this
food
thing.
occasionally.
Yeah, I'm just gonna order a little extra for you. There was just this thing, and you know how stuff happens, and there's another thing. And hey, so how's everybody doing? Can I get an extra order, please? Of
Of the
whatever
same-
they're
Are
having.
you? Myurin is losing it. You would. You could. Myurin is messed up. He's obviously taken to a beverage that did not take to him. Yeah, just stroking these like mutton chops, feeling them. Are you a creature mythical?
I mean, some people say it that, you know. Why? Interested?
Very confused by the state of the city I'm visiting, but I'm in need of assistance.
Oh, what kind? What you need?
I don't mean to damper your night, so perhaps I'd tell you another time, but I'm looking for someone.
I know a lot of people. Don't worry, you're not damping my night.
Uh,
I'm done with what I was doing.
You don't know him.
How do you know I
Might be
don't
that
know
you
him?
never will, but I can say with absolute certainty that you don't know him. But I need to find him.
Okay. What's he look like?
He's not in Aldis. He's away. I operate a lighthouse. He worked with me. He went missing.
Okay, so let's go. I like the lighthouse.
All right. Getting up from the stool, having made the journey, it was a pilgrimage up to a sitting position from the floor. Eating of essentially, Myurin fell off the bar, and had only just gotten back up. Getting up to his feet, though, I'm in no condition to move.
Yeah, you know they might have something here for that. How much did you
I
drink?
best be up for the night.
Did you drink?
I've consumed a biscuit talk intentionally, if that's any indication.
Sorry to
Might just
interrupt. I have a quick
order.
question for the narrator. What components do I need to heal? Like,
Oh, none. Yeah, if you just as long as you have the arcane talent to heal, you can heal, and if you wanted to do a check, you can also just do one.
oh, I have a medicine, so I can just heal as a minor action, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Cool. While Myurin's explaining to Daisy about how he drank way too much and is incapable of functioning, I'm gonna hop down in his lap and then just kind of like tap his nose. Or bat, I should say. Whilst I try to catch a heal him a little bit from that poison he drank. I mean, that's your own fault, and I took it fine, and so did Morra here, so that's you, but, you know. Looks like you need a little help.
I'm seeing fairies right now.
No,
Positively true.
just moving.
Yeah, question for the narrator. Am I still intoxicated? Has that removed my drunkenness?
No. Yeah, I would say
Very
that Parrot succeeded, and Myron, you're feeling much better. Morra, please roll for me like a willpower check, and let's just see if, or I should say, either intelligence maybe. I'll take either of those.
I mean, intelligence would be better than willpower, but
Yeah.
mm,
Okay. All right. Yeah, you're obviously good. So, Myron shapeshifts into what appears to be like a giant bee for a second. It's a split second. Um,
oh god.
and
Okay.
It's fine, but you do feel a certain spore in the air, a certain attraction. That at the very least, some bond is being formed between the two of you, and the others in the party, regardless of any romantic attachment. It's just some weird symbolism for a moment, and then back to it. It would have been worse had they stayed a bee, but he has not. So.
Yeah. For a moment, I thought he'd turn into mini bees in a trench coat or something.
Three small bees in a trench coat.
Myurin, do you have an affinity for pollinators?
I don't even know what that word is.
Do you enjoy being yourself?
I think yes. I enjoy being drunk, and that's been taken from me. But I need to put my feet up.
Do you need help? Putting your feet up.
Putting my feet up. What's your name again?
I think it's Morra, but I'm not certain.
Yeah, we'll go with Morra. Morra, how do you suppose I got here? Marks his feet.
I was gonna say a boat, but I think you walked. Unless the fairy brought you too.
You had me knowledge, but that's ridiculous. The fairy, they're looking to help me as well.
Okay. To find your dead body, yes.
Yeah.
Or I'm sorry, maybe he's not dead. I think we'll be able to find him. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Can we bring the cat too? And maybe we should leave tomorrow.
It's a fine time. Yeah. Yeah, bring them. So you no issue with that.
To this cat.
Well, they better get to the sea. I don't think they got sea legs.
I'm gonna bat at you.
Shh. Wait, no, I don't know your name.
Offended.
Shh, cat. You offended the cat. Barley, when is this tea gonna wear off? I don't know. I'm not hearing the cat talk. You said this was some sort of spiritual thing. There's a fairy, and I think Myurin's a bee.
There's actually a fairy, and believe you me, I have better sea legs than that old man ever will.
Parrot is
Wait, did I
totally
hear
like correct.
Are we swimming?
Yeah, so we're not swimming.
Look,
There will be a way out in just a second. Well, we will, but like not to get there. I'm saying there is water when we get there. Barley says to Morra, I don't know. It's probably gonna peak at about 6 hours in. So, and then I don't know, it'll last for another like 3 after that. So probably the rest of the day. Hope you don't have anything important to do.
I'm trying. Well, I'm going to go to. Can I sleep?
Yeah, of course, but I don't know. Your friend Myurin here seems pretty.
Yes,
He's in a
we need to
hurry.
take care of Myurin. Yes, absolutely.
Listen, I can offer something. You should all go see Theodora. Clearly, you're suffused with a larger swaths of fate's eye than the others here are. You need a guided reading, okay? It might help contextualize what's happening for you.
Perfect. Yes. Theodore, where is that a fairy too?
What? No, Theodora is the the roamer elder that watches over the roamer's rest for a majority of its time. But she also she her pronouns also happens to uses to be downstairs with Jimmy and the rest doing tarot reading. So I suggest you go back down and face those that cower before you, and just make a right this time.
Yes. Morra, kitty cat, fairy companion. We're going down the stairs. The thing that looks like a magical rainbow slide. Or is that just to me right now?
That's just you. I'm gonna say, hopping off my stool and just like walking towards the steps, my tail like flicking behind me, waiting at the foot.
How do you get a
foot of the stairs.
How do you get to see a magical rainbow slide?
My fairy friend, you asked for the special tea here.
Yeah. Which Daisy did earlier. It is prepared already. A proportionate, smaller amount of about 3 grams of mushroom tea are prepared for Daisy, if Daisy would like to drink it.
Will it give me the magical rainbow slide?
It definitely will.
Okay, now I'm going to drink it.
Wait, Daisy, careful. Myurin might turn into some bees. That's that old man over there.
So is he actually bees?
I'm not certain. I'm really not certain. But I feel this very, very strange, like, something. It's like I have a sneeze in my nose, but I don't even know.
So you're going for drinks later with him?
I think we already had drinks. He couldn't really hold it. I just never thought that I'd be attracted to older men. It's a strange day.
Just check with him, make sure he's, open to it, and you guys can hang out later after we slide down this rainbow slide and do our whatever
let's go down the
thing that we
rainbow
have to do. Yeah.
Uh-huh. We're gonna be fast friends. What's your name?
Daisy,
Fairy
what's
sad
yours?
names? Oh gosh. Do you expect it's fairies? There's something about fairies. I don't think I'm supposed to give you my real name.
No, not really, but you can if you can trust me.
That's what a fairy would say. But because you're my magical rainbow fairy, my name is Morra.
Nice to meet you, Morra. And who goes first down the slide?
I would say that since you are both going down the magical rainbow slide together, you could totally clasp hands and slide down. Which Parrot and Myurin, I'm just gonna say that the first, the first frame that you see is Morra holding Daisy and straight up just like planking down these stairs at a diagonal angle is exactly what's happening. It is a little slippery from the dolphin fish oil, and so it has like natural lubricant for the floor. It won't, you'll slide pretty quick. Yeah, that's totally what you see.
It's a horrible slide. Myurin, I don't recommend you take the slide.
So the slide goes down.
It's
And
a
Myron's
staircase.
just trying to
Slide.
Myron's just trying to go up these stairs.
To the second floor?
Am I?
Nobody's helping. No.
Yeah, Myron needs to go to bed.
What? But I healed your poison and everything. You should go.
Yes.
Go to bed, old man.
Yeah. I know of no ritual to cure Myron's old age, and for that, Myron needs. However, is there an issue getting up these slippery stairs, or is there another staircase?
No, there's another staircase going up, and you can get to it pretty easily. So if you're resting for the night, so too will the others afterwards. However, you do hear the call of somebody from downstairs first, right? I'm missing one. So, Parrot, Daisy, and Morra. Parrot's like looking down the stairs. Daisy and Morra are already down there. It seems like Theodora is shouting that she's missing one person. I do these in pairs. We are missing one. Out of character, you're more than welcome to go sleep. Just do the guided readings first, and then we can go ahead and take a nap and remove mushroom mushroom stuff.
Can I actually, and this, with your approval, Ian, can I use wind shaping to like somehow pick up Myurin, and bring him over here with like combining that with like what is that? Like the psychically being able to move things as well.
I think you're good enough just with the wind shaping. If
Move
you
object. Yeah.
if you wind shape down
As an NPC,
like just
it counts.
if you want a wind shape going down the stairs, Myurin would slide down the first staircase, and the natural fish lubricant would get him on the second. So.
Well, she'll shout upstairs. Myurin, I'm going to pick you up, okay?
You're just gonna get what?
That sounded like a yes, right? Okay.
Myurin goes on a 2 times long Space Mountain journey. That the same rainbow slide, but you know what? Can't see it, so kind of horrifying. Straight up.
The shortest hero's journey. Back to where I started, but changed because I'm slippery and in pain, and
80%.
rather tired.
There we go. Let's
Yes.
right you on your feet.
We'll do you first. Have a seat. And Theodora, who's in these like beautiful sort of like, it's a tapestry dress. It seems to almost be like a quilt in the amount of complexity it shows, the different scenes that are printed upon it, but still kind of almost like a wrapping that could be used and worn in a variety of different ways. Currently, it's a little hot out, so Theodora's wearing it a little bit looser, sort of fanning herself. With a sort of like very ornate shell, but it kind of acts as a fan. Many different things acquired from across the lands that they either know how to make or can pass on. Theodora is also wearing beautiful like jewelry of the former kind of like oratory history, like luminaries that came before her, and that kind of influence her knowledge and decision going forward. She wears them to respect them. So it's clearly a person of great seer wisdom and power. Starts to read your hand very quickly. There's like, I would say probably a little bit of like drool, maybe a little bit of like, crusty black congealed liquid, that it's sort of stuck to your hand. It's like, ugh. You really need to wash yourself up, okay? We'll do it quick. I just need to make sure that you're safe and you understand what brings you conviction, hint, in life. So I will... Please roll 3d6 plus whatever stat you think is important to you. Just tell me what it is, and we'll do it twice.
We're starting with Myurin?
We're starting with Myurin. Yep, and then whoever would like to get in there. If
I'm
they
gonna
do,
roll.
basically if you want to go, please do. If not, volunteers will get called up.
Perception.
Okay.
Going to 5.
Pretty solid perception roll, but it's not really about the result. It's just about what it corresponds to. For you, okay, the Hermit. Representing the transmission of knowledge for you. And she says to you, you are hiding something, and with it, yourself. Yet you cannot help but show kindness, generosity, and genuine care for others. It is this propensity for selflessness that will eventually lead you to reveal that which you do not want revealed. Please, think it over before that moment comes, before it spills out of you like some sort of wretched abyss or dam finally breaking through. Ask yourself if it's worth it to keep a fractured part of yourself hidden, when in reality, you should be telling those close to you. Keep it in mind, Hermit.
I'll tell everyone close to me.
Like, surprised eyes gif, you know? Like, okay, I wasn't expecting that so quick, but that's good. I'm happy you're following my advice. Now your other hand, please. And roll again.
Can I roll communication this time?
Yes.
Okay. 10.
Let's see. 10. Thank you. Okay. You are going to get the 10 of Pentacles. Ah. I see the Hermit has another layer. It seems like you are open-minded right now, as clearly shown by your selflessness. But eventually, that generosity is... You know that the generosity is short-lived. In the past, it was short-lived as well. You became intolerant after a time, and it led to the downfall of somebody close. Don't let the same happen again. And so she's saying that your nature in that regard has not changed. You're still open-minded, as you are with new people, but after a while you become jaded, as you realize that their sensibilities are not aligned to your own. And you seek the next group forevermore, changing. No respite to be found. So, Hermit, 10 of Pentacles. Now, go to your rest. As I imagine you slip several more times trying to go up the stairs. But,
Yep.
Who would like to go next? Theodora says. Morra, roll 3d6, double your bonus. For being with the special roamer tea. Okay, 15. Pretty solid.
I know how to double my bonus, so...
Alright. You got the moon. Discovering and learning secrets. I know that there's much wisdom, much that you repress. Similar to Myurin, but Myurin understands, knows what they are. You don't remember. You used to, but it's been so long now. You have an opportunity now to reclaim that which you lost. Search. Search until the final phase of the moon. And see the truth that you've been running from. Myurin will help you. He should. As you say this, it straight up looks like a pot of soup is speaking to you. And like the lid is like flopping up and down as steam whistles out. It has not been a person for, a couple of minutes now.
I'll just have to simmer on that. Thank you.
Lukewarm take.
Yeah.
Your other hand, please, as the pot lid opens, asking you to put a hand into the actual boiling broth. A test of faith.
Okay, well, into boiling water then. In the pot.
You feel nothing. You feel nothing and pull out another card that reads, and another roll, please.
The soup gods. Oh. Eh. 11.
Okay. You get the Page of Pentacles. You're inquisitive as well. But this inquisitive nature will eventually lead to wastefulness. You'll move from one opportunity to the next before even having a chance to truly consume and savor the earliest course, as a little bit of potato flies out of the soup. Take your time. First course first. Do not become wasteful.
Yes, I will endeavor to finish the soup.
So, Morra, you're good, and you can also go upstairs for the night to rest.
That's a good idea.
Who would like to go next, Parrot or Daisy?
I'd like to go last, and also point out that Parrot is definitely like sitting on a counter or table, just like watching and listening very intently to everybody else's readings ahead of theirs.
Okay,
Daisy.
I guess it's Daisy. And it's 3d6 plus just
Plus
a bonus.
any stat that you want to add to it. Mm-hmm.
Okay, I guess it's going to be my not Constitution. So that's 2. So I'm just typing the roll in. Okay.
Okay.
This is 14.
Similar to what you saw earlier, and what you were being told by Morra earlier. Instead of a bee, you see something similar. You see like a honeycomb, and it's very large. It's warm. It's slimy. It requests you, right, to enter it. As you pull out a card.
Okay.
It's slathered in honey, and your tiny little fairy hands take it out. And you're actually going to receive the star, or artistic mastery, commonly associated with the summer. A bright and energetic force in the world. You will help everybody in their day-to-day. Yeah, people could be having major issues or crises, but you're the one who at the end of the day asks everybody, hey, how are you doing? Have you eaten? Are you warm? Are you clean? How was the date last night? You champion every single aspect of the beauty of life, and you instill it in the others around you. I'm very lucky. I'm happy that Myurin and Morra have somebody like you. They're on their own quest, and perhaps a lost cause. But if there's any way out of it, it's with warmth, with joy, that a frenzied mind will be sated. You reach into the other honeycomb and take out the second card, and you can roll again.
The same roll?
Same roll, yeah.
I'm trying to roll and I couldn't see what I was typing.
It's
Yeah, I
okay. Your
typed a
small fairy
33,
hands
so
are,
that's-
are having having a hard time finding the card in the honey. It's really quite a lot of it. You got to break through like the membrane first, and then
Well, can I eat the honey?
yeah, totally.
I'm eating the honey. Like instead of
Okay.
drawing my card, I'm having a
You've actually
and that's what
um,
did I do?
the others. No, I mean Parrot's looking right at you, right? So Parrot saw you like spill Theodora's wine on her, and then like as your hands are covered in it, like just like is wine covered cards, and you're just licking the wine off your fingers. So it's definitely not honey. Your hand's a little stained red, but it's still
As long as
sweet
the
in
wine
its
is
own way.
good.
Yeah, it definitely is. Yeah, you're like, this is tangy honey, all right? This is honey with a kick. I don't know what the hell this is, but it's definitely something. Okay. And on your second one, you're actually also going to get you're also going to get the Page of Pentacles. Inquisitive, wasteful. Or that you are inquisitive to a fault and eventually will lead to wastefulness. More on your way out, Theodora shouts to you. Keep an eye out on this one. You're more alike than you know. So significantly different, but still with some interesting similarities. Theodora finally, and sends you on your way, Daisy, basically up the, to fly in a non-straight pattern up the stairs and reconvene with your friend Morra, who are having an amazing time in this jungle simulator of a tavern. As looks over to a nearby railway and says, and finally, the stealthy house cat, the one trying to play light of the others, including my niece. But that's how it is.
Oh, well, which one's your niece?
I thought you met them when they came in. She was going around passing drinks. This is not barley, by the way. This is just like, oh, I'm sorry. You just spilled their drink and then walked off the table. And so Theodora's talking about, so one of the people.
I didn't do that one on purpose, just the other one. Sorry.
Of 20. Yes.
Of 20.
Yeah,
just like knocks them off walking on the counter.
She's already forgiven you. It's fine. I mean, Barley and Edward picked up right afterwards, but if you happen to see her again, tell her hi for me. In the meantime, it's clear that although mischievousness is what you prefer, there is an element of good in you. You worry and care for those around you. Please, draw as well. And ask for Murder Mittens number 1.
I rolled 3 5s. I'm going to use my perception, which is 4. So that's
19.
Going to be 19.
All right. Okay, this is pretty great for you. The King of Pentacles. You are resourceful and can basically get anything anywhere you want. I mean, that's, you're spilling drinks, eating food, squashing cakes. You are a proper titan in your own right. But be careful. This resourcefulness will eventually lead you to become distant, apathetic of those around you. You will become sneaky. Be careful of this urge to sneak, of this urge to detach from those around you. For they need you as much as you need them. Yeah, super super eye roll from this kitty. Here is a sardine. Is this enough for Murder Mitten number 2? Grabs Murder Mitten number 2 before you put it down after you draw Whisker. And hands you your next card. Please roll again for me.
It's a 12.
Okay. Okay. That'll be You're a resolute kitty. You stand by your decisions. However, similar to your desire and propensity to sneak, it also leads to cynical attitudes. You expect the worst of those around you and guard yourself deeply before allowing them inside. This is nothing new for a house cat, such as yourself. But you're much more than you pretend to be. I just pray that you do not lose sight of who you actually are. Here's another sardine.
I'm gonna
Thank
knock
you for
over her
coming to my TED
tea. Rude. And then eat the sardine and run away.
You did see that as the tea spilled, a bunch of mushrooms came out. So Theodora's, fucked up talking to you, but that's okay. I mean, that's
shocking. No one.
It is a roamer spiritual tool, and so is able to see with her third eye. Barley and her niece are talking upstairs as the four of you make it up and go to sleep for the night. You make it back down to the same basement where Theodora said that she had prepared a certain surprise for you. As you take a moment to discuss amongst yourselves, as you wake up in the morning and make it down to the basement.
I'm gonna trip anybody who is going down the stairs without looking at their feet. Or try to, just so everyone knows. It's affectionate! I love you! Good morning!
What if I'm
That would
flying?
be our wonderful... and well, unless Parrot was swatting you out of the air, which is completely valid as well, I would say that the one not looking at their feet is probably
Parrot
our
was spotting
NPC
me,
friend.
I would... Sorry. As
The
Parrot
one
was spotting me, I would...
Oh.
It was like a game. So Parrot would swat, I would fly away and back.
We just do this in the morning for exercise. I can do.
Pop, pop, pop.
I win.
Oh, Myurin, I think... Oh, sorry, I wasn't sure if you were muted or not. Myurin, you get clipped as well. And for the second time in less than 24 hours, you fall down the same flight of stairs.
Oh.
Are you kidding me?
Down the whole flight of
right.
stairs?
Just one. Not all four this time, just the one.
I'm gonna hop down the rest of the flight and then just kind of like land on Myurin's back and see if he needs any help. Or feeling, you know.
Please get off my back.
Okay, I'll hop up.
I got too many painful little bones in there to be...
I will stand by your face and
right.
like gently bat at it until you get up, though.
Look, I appreciate the charity of you and your friends to help me. But I'm not seeing anything but red being up this early, so why don't you tell me what the next move is? We can go about doing it.
See,
Um,
he's just talking to the cat. Because the cat can talk.
Morra's still in the middle, unsure of what was real and unreal.
is Morra still on that
Yes.
little journey of
No.
hers? Is that-
No,
All right.
no. I was gonna
Oh,
say
no.
that upon there was sleeping. Everybody's fine. That was to get rid of to cleanse prior to our journey.
Look, Myron's ready to sail out. Just as soon as he's sober and awake. I don't need to to get there. I don't know who Myurin needs to kill to ensure his own safety. But his lower
Theodora
back
says to you very quickly,
is infernal.
no, please, no sailing for somebody in such condition. In fact, I've asked a favor. Now, Morra, yesterday, you did take over in such a spectacular fashion, and the rhydan wish to pay you back in kind. Many of these weeks they have offered their aid in travel across the land through estuary, river, and eventually sea to get to wherever you were trying to go. We've prepared a sort of luxury platform for you, pulled by multiple rhydan, complete with your treasure chest, food, drink, and mushroom tea if you wanted. Barley was a huge effort in putting this all together, and you can thank them later. I'm sure he'll love it. This is your vessel for today, Myurin. You have something to get to. Jimmy is like right at the front. Trilby, Ty, just like holding, just dragging this, ready to like sail basically. Just getting a little trash beforehand.
Yeah. I'll partake. Drink under the sun.
Jimmy gargles some beer and hands you a stein while chugging. Hands another to Morra if you wanted.
No, Morra will like lean over to Theodora. I don't actually remember anything that happened last night after jumping into that vat of toxin. I have a treasure chest, and I don't know who any of these people are.
I'm gonna send you a good morning from down the steps. Good morning.
But it seems as though I have promised this older gentleman that I will help him, and I feel some sort of strange connection with him. So we're going to get on this boat. This is all whispered to like Theodora, the tarot reader.
Just remember the moon. Remember your secrets. Do not repress.
Okay. I will not repress. They. For some reason, when I look at you, and this is really weird, I just picture a pot of soup, but that's weird. So I'm gonna go to that cat and this gentleman over here. Yes. Pleasure to meet you. She's like very awkwardly going to go over to where Myurin and the cat are, and Daisy. So we are going on a trip, I am assuming. I'm Morra, and for what? I think I said I would help you.
Yeah. You don't remember much from last night. Is that correct?
No, not after walking in through the door.
You remember your gold.
I mean, I have some in my pocket.
Look, I don't claim to understand you, Morra, but I'll tell you this. You possess a wealth, not of the mind, but of coin and of generosity. You've agreed to help me find someone Someone's gone missing.
Oh, we-
Where I'm from. I've not the back to swim, nor really the legs to climb, but I'll tell you the rest when we head. But are you good on your word?
If you said that I promised you, then of course I will help you find this person that has gone missing.
Well, that's all I need to hear. They want this coast out of our sight by midday at the latest, so grab what you need. I'll be out there. Just sort of points to the sunny sky outside.
Morra just looks extremely confused, but will just kind of look down at herself and assume that she has everything. And it's just
Bring the fairy and the cat.
Cat.
The fairy's already tagging along.
I will come by myself. I
Can't get
don't
rid of
need
her.
any help. Thank you.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I
You can
I'm
get rid of
assuming
fairy.
this is the fairy and the cat you were looking for. Are we? I suppose it's time to head out.
Yeah, Parrot sits upon their, I'm sure, very nice satin pillow with like basically automated fanner and like sardine eater. It's like ideal situation. Daisy has like tiny teacups and like basically like a little tea set that can be used. It's like really fine, very ornate porcelain. And Morra and Myurin, you guys have food, drink, beer, whatever you need. You head out as the dolphins push through the underground estuary and come out on top, leaving the freshwater river near the city of Aldis, out into the saltwater sea, and down to the Scattershard archipelago, where we will come back after our break. So that'll be in 10 minutes. We will see everybody in 10 minutes for a second half of our West Marches Blue Rose Night. Thanks. horn on the second bit back. Horn is still not a lie. Welcome back, everybody, to our second half of Blue Rose West Marches. Our Maine Coon Rycat, our fairy, our sea folk, and our human are traveling on dolphins. Okay, on dolphins, with luxury carriages, basically adapted to the water, down to the down to the Shatterspell archipelago. I will probably get that name wrong a couple more times, but Scatter Star archipelago, which I still really like that. They're gonna kind of start at the north end and make their way down south as Myurin pushes further and further towards the site that he knows is the help that he needs. They pass by Galenir's necklace, which is sort of the deity that the sea folk worship, a god of knowledge that is said to hold a well of knowledge at the bottom of the ocean, and it's said to be able to be easily accessible from any island around this archipelago. They pass the barren islands, which are a cornerstone of sea folk like culture, where the majority of their population are, and it's kind of a collection of 100 rocky and craggy small islands past that. And then it gets to like the spooky part of the map. And this is like, it is dark, there are lightning storms constantly, wind, fog. It is a horrifying and horrible place in comparison to the other islands around. But a lone lighthouse stands out, proud, tall, of kind of strange architecture and origin, at the very tip of the Shadowed Isles. Myurin, as you lead everybody here and hop off, everybody can give their thanks to Jimmy and the Dolphin crew for taking them. They can also stay if you don't think you'll have a way back. And the lighthouse is beautifully displayed here on our screen. So everybody can take a moment to talk amongst themselves.
Okay, could I have like swam a little bit along with the dolphins?
Yeah, of course. You
Okay.
train with them, basically.
Yes, I'm totally soaking wet when we're done, when we are standing around to talk.
Fairy Baywatch moment.
Yes.
So I take it that we're here.
Yeah. Myurin.
Yeah,
seems
water was
fixated
light,
on the
wasn't
lighthouse.
it?
Water is always great.
So, Myurin, is your friend at the bottom or top? Myurin, is your friend in the lighthouse?
No, he's gone missing.
Okay. So what's next?
Well, we've got divers. Now and again, I can't quite make the plunge myself, but in the event that he is gone, it'd be nice to find him.
Why did you go all the way to Romer's Rest again, Myurin? Sorry, turn.
People out here, they wouldn't help me.
But why? You looking around. This isn't a heavily populated place, is it, Narrator?
There's nobody. I would say that there is a small fishing village next to you. You can identify it as a fishing village because there are fishing equipment, there's lines, but it seems to be absurdly empty. The buildings are dilapidated, and it seems like it's almost a little bit flooded. There's barnacles growing on some of the structures, but there's still campfires. There's warm, fresh food on tables, uneaten, but also not decaying. Smell staying exactly the same way. It is a strange
I'm gonna go
place.
eat some of that. I'm gonna go eat
Kitty
it.
cat. Maybe. Stop.
Oh,
So you
Don't.
you hop you hop yeah, it looks up like have to keep basically Morra has to keep saying no or Parrot will just keep eating. Parrot Parrot in the house that you're in, you do hear a voice coming sort of disembodied from behind this unlit dark structure, this dank hut flooded, and that's sort of like coming apart. Hungry, I see. I hope you're thirsty as well. And like pours a glass of like perfectly fresh milk, uncurdled, no refrigeration, cooling of any kind.
I'm gonna drink it.
I'm happy to see one so trusting. Your friends, they're lying to you. Even now as they search for you, unable to find you, you evaded them, came to the house with the strongest scent. I have only a moment to convey this very clearly. Myurin is not who he seems. He's not telling you the truth. It is his fault. Morra, however, doesn't know. It's your choice. You have to convey to them what Myurin, what Morra needs to do in order to get the four of you out of here. Depend on Daisy. They will keep you bright. They will keep you tethered. You just do what you do best. It says the following information. Out of character, this is going to be the West Marches choice portion of the game, where you choose what in particular thread of fate you'd like to follow. So there's sort of three that the Disembodied gives you, and in just with a short description of each. The voice is asking you to investigate the fishing hamlet and why nobody is there, why it's so dilapidated, why it's flooded. He's asking you to enter just off the corner of your vision into the fog. You can hear whirling water. You've been hearing it, but you had no context on what it was. It's a vortex carrying you to the center of the ocean. He says it's okay to hop in, that no harm will come to pass, and that you and your friends will make it safely to the bottom. Although what happens there is completely up to you at that point. For it, it's basically advanced darkness at the bottom. Okay. And the third, that the lighthouse itself is enough of a beacon for issue, for trouble, that spending enough time inside the lighthouse is enough to drive any person to ruin. That it should be further investigated. So these are the three options: lighthouse, bottom of the ocean, or village, that they offer to the four of you. As the rest of you come in and see where Parrot went to, as the voice sort of disappears and fades out.
I'm gonna hop down from the table that had the food on it and just like circle Morra's ankles and then just kind of like float near where Daisy is, but maybe just like keep one of them between me and Myurin. And for now, just listen to what you guys think. And I'm a totally still a normal cat. I don't know talking cats. I don't know any of those. Kind of way.
Did we hear? Because we were looking for Parrot, but we didn't. It was the voice was directed just to them, right?
Yeah, like it basically the voice and the food drew Parrot in here, and you caught up with them just in time to like speak with them, but the voice had disappeared by that point. Parrot, I will also say that the food that you were eating like crumbles into like shells, barnacles, like sea parasite basically. That's good protein.
Nice.
Yeah.
Once I jump down, or just like while I'm eating.
Yeah, when you like basically when the door opens and the light fills the room, when the flash dims
Gotcha.
and your eyes adjust, like it's changed.
Well, there you are. Let's get lunch, and then we need to get to work.
Don't eat that.
No, I'm not looking. I have food in my bag, and I have tea for all of you.
I'm gonna try to climb up your back when you say that, and then just like perch awkwardly on both of your shoulders in the way that like cats will sometimes try to do after they're no longer kittens, you know?
Kitty cat, I think you're too big for the fairy.
And then hop down again because
It's okay,
you're
we're
definitely
fine.
right.
I'm
And
not
then
even upset about it.
I'll get up on my hind legs to like tap at Morra then. Uppies.
Bend down, pick them up. A lot nicer than they did last night. But then just kind of like wrinkle their nose, like, ugh, cat.
Fish.
Please don't eat. Look. Did I hear something?
Huh?
Come, let's get tea and lunch.
I'm gonna start walking out of the door into like a patch of sunlight so that we can sit down and have a picnic with Daisy. But then, I mean, I guess, yeah, just sit down.
Yeah, the
for now.
fairy wants to feed you all and give you something to drink. So yes.
It's definitely not suspicious. I
Where's
clearly eat everyone's
Myurin
food, though.
at during all of this?
If water's nearby,
Hopefully we get
Myron's
back to him.
looking into it.
Like the flooding inside the shed, or inside the house, or right outside?
The flooding's fine. Just the water.
Morra will instead kind of eyeing Daisy suspiciously as they like place food about. Definitely not remembering that she already gave Moira her name, or Daisy her name, is going to kind of stand at Myron's side, looking into the water as well for a moment. Was this city always like this?
As far as I can remember.
Then why is there a lighthouse here? Lighthouse is meant to, kind of safely guide ships into port if there's nothing here.
Ships into port. Once upon a time. Look, Morra, a lighthouse is to be avoided. We stack rocks sometimes for 2 generations to ensure such a thing is tall enough. We're a beacon to be missed intentionally. If we do well, they don't need to touch us at all. They used to stop in near Aldis, but wouldn't need a place like this. Prosperity. It isn't cut evenly. Big ship doesn't need a break. They head straight to town.
Then why are you still here?
I don't
Why
really know.
did this boy go missing? He, I guess she looks confused for a moment. Can you tell me about the last time you saw him?
I saw him. He was already a man. A young one. And, it was a great storm. I needed him to check on some things. Structurally, the lighthouse, it ain't been that sound. He went down to make sure things were secure. That tree had been given grief, and if it were coming down, we'd have to leave the lighthouse. What we didn't see, neither of us. Great tide rolling in. He wasn't ready for the riptide, nor was I. Now every time I make the descent, narrator, is the lighthouse visible from where we are?
I'd say that you docked at it, actually. It's
Okay,
like,
yeah.
but it's like it's just shut, and so no one's actually tried to go in yet.
Yeah. My time on the descent, every summer, got worse. 15 or 20. I'm slow. The ascent doubly so, but it doesn't matter here. I couldn't get down in time, and I knew it. So I waited. The riptide, it held that door shut. He was on the other side. The moment it ceased, I made my way down. He wasn't anywhere to be found.
Why did you wait? You're old, but not that old. You could have done something.
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't mean to say it like that. I'm gonna go talk with the others to see where they think we should start, but are you going to come join them?
They'll have me. I know some spots we should check.
Alright. Glances over her shoulder towards Daisy and Parrot. Well, since we're here, we might as well start while we still have daylight. Let's go grab them and see where we can check first. Maybe you could describe what he was wearing last. Any kind of distinguishing marks?
Truthfully, there's not a lot going on in terms of extravagance he was wearing. This is a dock watcher's coat, about identical to mine. He wouldn't look much different from myself. Much younger.
Yeah. She stares at Myurin for a long moment. Not quite sure how to take this, but then turns to go see Daisy and Parrot. Have you guys eaten enough?
You should have something too. You shouldn't run on empty.
I think I'm okay, Daisy. Thank you, though. I'm sure I have rations. Find something else, forge something.
Well, Morra, just have a seat with us. It's fine.
Invitation. No, Daisy, remember, we are here to help Myurin find that boy.
Yes. We cannot help our friend if we are not healthy ourselves. And if you are running out there on nothing, you will make yourself sick and then you won't be able to help Myurin. And Myurin, you should have something too. Especially with your back.
Right.
What does Parrot think about all this?
Parrot has never been underwater, so Parrot is still very much like curious about that. Considering the warning that they got, they're very like sketched out by Myurin's description that is like kind of vague in a way of the missing friend, but also the food was quite gross and that person poured milk that turned out to be disgusting, so I don't really trust the voice either. Unfortunately, Parrot's response is doing exactly the thing that Parrot was warned not to do, and they're just like, I'm gonna hang back and listen and maybe do a dumb thing like eat a fairy's food, because I eat everything that is put in front of me. That's clearly not been helping,
after we have,
but whatever.
yeah, after we have our lunch, we can go and I can even dive in the water and look if that's a problem. But we're going to need all of you at tip-top shape so that we can do this and finish.
Yes. Morra will pull her own rations out of her pack and eat those really fast.
Smart. Not doing that. Not eating that, thank you.
Yeah. And if Myurin doesn't have any food, she'll offer him some.
I like how kind everybody is to each other. That's totally what
Myurin will eat. Yeah.
Daisy and Morra were up to do.
She will stop him from eating Daisy's food, though. If she's just like gently places a hand on his if he like goes to reach for something. She's like, don't eat that.
Her food looks really nice. It's a nice tea and a nice tea set.
Oh, I bet.
Porcelain. She's got her food set up really enticingly.
Solid trap. Right, I think we've eaten enough. Myurin, where are we going to first? Time is money, as they say. Maybe not. Should be doing something.
Yeah, let's...
If nobody seems certain what to do, Parrot's gonna run over to that dark spot that was kind of like mentioned before. Yes.
To the fog?
Okay.
What dark...
Yeah, so there were... Oh, Parrot,
yeah,
please.
there were 3 choices: the lighthouse, explore the town, or there's like a place where if we jumped in, it would like pull us underwater all the way, right? Am I remembering that description wrong?
The vortex.
Yeah, no, yeah, it's a vortex that would pull you into the sea, and although it looks like it would destroy you, really you would be safe when you make it down there. It's just that what you find down there could not be confirmed.
Cool. Yeah, I'm gonna like just pad over to as close on dry land as possible to that spot, and then just like sit down and watch everybody, just like my tail swishing behind me, like, so you coming or what?
You want me to go dive in there?
Yeah.
Why would we dive into a vortex?
Why not?
Do you not see the churning waters? Why is there a vortex right here? Is it like And like, what do they see, narrator?
I mean, it's just like this swirling thing that seems to be absorbing all into it. I mean, it looks absolutely destructive. But on the word of Parrot, you will not be harmed.
Does somebody have a
Parrot
rope?
say this?
That's a good point, Parrot. Did you?
I can talk to you. That's magic. This is magic.
Does one of you have a rope?
No.
Myurin, the cat is telling us to jump into this vortex. Is it possible that your young friend fell into this vortex of doom and swirling water?
Or did you leave him in the lighthouse? Lighthouse.
The lighthouse is about the safest place on this island. If he was left in there, he'd still be. If the tide got him, there's a chance, but what lies at the bottom of a vortex?
Okay, so I have an idea, but I need a rope.
Ropes in abundance.
Okay, so tie me or Morra or somebody to the rope. We go in and somebody else holds the rope. Then if they're gone too long, we just drag them in.
Daisy, that water will crush you.
You can tie it to me.
You are a cat, willingly wanting to go into water.
I've never been underwater before.
There's a good
Oh, it's
reason for
awesome.
that.
You should definitely do it.
Cats can swim. And then
And
I'm
you
just
wanna
gonna
test
like
that right
pat over, grab a rope with my mouth, and then just like walk it over to Daisy.
Oh my god. So Morra is literally a sea folk. Like, she's probably the strongest
know.
swimmer in this.
But Daisy's a pretty good swimmer.
But you haven't offered yet.
Daisy's-
So.
No, because
Daisy
she's like, this is a
offered- Morra has
swirling
it.
vortex of doom.
So am I
I
tying
need
this to
see
you?
everything.
Or-
I've never seen
Yeah.
it like underwater. I need to see all things. Just tie it. Tie. Yeah.
Okay.
Tied it,
Tie a
puts
rope
it on
to
the
a
Myurin
cat
dock.
and throw the
care.
cat in the water.
I'm here
Parrot,
to
you're all
hold the
set.
rope.
Yeah, okay, so
I'm a
Myron's
leap
holding
in.
it. Got
Want me
it.
to roll a duty or dexterity or I'm
No,
Morra's holding
no
the
roll
rope.
required.
Yes,
No roll required.
I'm out. Peace. Jumping into the whirlpool.
You hop in, the rope immediately cuts, right? Because it's,
Ah!
vortex. It's like,
'Cause it's magic.
However, but yeah, you are fine, right? And you follow yourself falling a great distance, where eventually, light gives way to darkness, as the sun does not even reach where you are, until you reach the bottom. It kind of reverses, and you see new light, a new dawn. You see an old version of the fishing hamlet, somehow even better constructed and better put together than whatever you saw before. It's completely flooded, but this time fires continue to rage, street lights lit, even images, faint images of people glowing brightly. It seems like an idyllic place. There's a sort of
Except for the fact that it's on
pillar
fire.
of yeah.
It would've been campfire.
Well, I mean, exactly. There's fires under the water.
Okay.
There's a pillar of light coming from an area near where the lighthouse would have been in this model reflection. of the town, of the fishing hamlet. This is what you see. You can leave if you wish. You can also psychically contact the others to let them know that you're safe. You have choice here.
Oh, I'll let him know it's safe. Come on down. I will not describe anything that I see. I will just tell them it's safe.
You guys all got that the cat is saying it's safe, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm about to dive in.
Something's not right. I lost tension in the rope. I don't think I should be.
Cut.
Yeah, I shouldn't be on there.
You can't be up here by yourself.
Someone.
I can stay with him if you go down after them, Morra. After them, Morra.
I'm not present to object.
No.
Are you sure, Daisy?
I mean, I know we are worried about our friend down there, so you clearly have a level head on your shoulder, so you should probably do it.
I'm not incapable
You are smart.
of keeping watch. I've been doing it my whole life. Albeit a bit higher up, but...
Are you going to watch from the lighthouse, or are you going to stay right here?
I can stay right here. No need to move. If this spirit of these things, that which are below sea, if they did this, and they caused them to go missing.
What do you mean by spirits?
Well, I'm not a learned man. I presume there's much in the world I don't understand, and yet it was such an unfortunate occurrence. Wouldn't it beg the question?
Daisy, you should stay with him. I'll go see if I can find Parrot.
Yeah, I will. Go. I'll be right here when you get back.
Don't
leave him alone with Daisy. I don't trust him.
I don't either, but Morra doesn't know.
How was I supposed to know, you guys?
Morra looks at Daisy, glances over her shoulder briefly at Myurin, before just sort of dropping her voice. Something isn't right here, Daisy. We need to... There's more to this story. We'll see if I can get the cat. You'll find out what you can up here?
Yeah, bring the cat, bring them back, please.
Stay safe.
You too.
She's gonna dive in. Much in the same way she dove into the pufferfish. Yeah.
Yeah, head first. Morra, you dive directly in the middle, and you enter the same mirror reflection of the hamlet. The same pillar of light, and Parrot is down there waiting for you.
What?
That was Morra arriving.
Morra sort of stumbles to her feet, trying to get her bearings for a moment, as she looks over at the cat.
Parrot's gonna pad over and ask you where the other two are.
They're still up top.
Are they coming?
I don't think so. Myurin wanted to keep watch, and I asked Daisy to stay because there's something more going on here.
I'm gonna psychic message you to you, Daisy. Push him in. Push him in and come with us.
Yes. Yes. I should be neutral.
Can I psych, please?
Yes.
I'll do my best. My gosh.
Fairy tackle.
Daisy.
Fairy tackle.
Well, Daisy's going to turn to Myurin and just like, Myurin, you said you're from here, this village, this hamlet?
Yeah.
Does this happen a lot?
No. There's not a lot of us to happen to.
I mean, does time stop still here a lot? Did this happen when your friend was disappeared?
No.
And what?
I'm of the mind that everything in my life to go wrong happened after that boy went missing.
Well, something else went wrong here. Oh, look! Do you see the cat over the whirlpool? Can you walk a little closer with me? I'm so small.
I'll comply. I'll look. The rope would have pulled. Wouldn't we have heard?
No, yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think it got cut like Morra said? Did somebody cut it?
Who would do such a
How
thing?
would somebody? I don't know. Look, I don't want you to go in. Could you just look? And I'm just like fly away like I'm looking.
If it'll make you feel better, I'll pull the rope. But it is most certainly cut. And I'm bending over to pull the rope up. You know, all my weight.
I'm gonna push. I feel so bad about this. Like
Please
and
roll
the
a
player feels
strength.
bad about it. Oh my
Please
gosh, I
roll
have done.
I agree with that
What
narrative.
what have I done?
What did
do I
you
roll for
do?
strength? Is it D6?
3d6
correct?
plus your
3d6, yeah, plus your strength. Yeah, plus your strength score.
I don't have a
this
strength.
turn from yeah, 8 so 0. This turned from very happy like, you know, drinking session April 1st to like, you fucking traitors.
I'm so sorry. I feel terrible about this.
No, it's not just, it's everybody. It's on.
No, let's.
If any
Uncover secret.
session was going to be chaotic, the April 1st one should be the most.
Oh my gosh, my score is 6.
6.
Oh boy. That's amazing.
I will remind you of something. You do have 3 conviction, so you can get up to
Roll your
3
conviction.
rerolls. Rerolls on
I
this.
think
so you
I'm
could
gonna
roll
try one of my
towards your-
convictions.
Yeah.
Just-
Let's see if that runs a little easier.
Thank you.
9.
Okay.
I was looking for a 7. As Myurin did say that he was putting in his whole weight and it's kind of easy, so sure. That seems reasonable.
Uh-oh.
He falls in.
Uh-oh.
Does anything change in the hamlet at all when he falls in?
Uh-oh.
No, still static.
Okay.
Except for the lighthouse. Daisy, like, you pushed him in, so you both fall in at the same time. As you fall in, you do see the lighthouse door open, and a sort of purple-black miasma seep out and fog over the town. It's kind of the last thing you see as you flip from fading light, darkness, and eventually light again on the other side. You can breathe, you can move normally, there's no reduced gravity or water motion or anything. It's the same hamlet, it just is underwater. Or in fact, again, I'm sorry, it's a lot nicer than the other one. It looks almost brand new, pristine. Myurin.
I have a question. Is there another vortex in this hamlet?
In this one, no. But what everybody does see is a pillar of light coming from where the lighthouse would be. So if the hamlet's in the same position, the lighthouse should be in the same place, right? So there is a light emanating from it. Myurin, you do feel intense dread upon entering, right? Like the weight does not affect anybody else, but for you it feels like 10 times the gravity. Morra, you feel horror, fear. You hear blood-curdling screaming, fading quickly. Parrot and Daisy, literally this is like super happy, small, like Bavarian town underwater. Like it is so different, your experiences, that the four of you are down here now, so you have a chance to interact before we move on.
Since this place looks...
do that.
I'm sorry, yeah.
We're all together again.
She's my friend, and
So
gave me her name.
Parrot. They call me Parrot on the ship I sailed. Since this is a replica of the town above, but like when it was still all fancy and nice, from my perspective at least, I'm gonna go into the house that I went into previously and see if there's any food laid out.
So good. Okay. So good. You go. Okay. You see a beautiful meal. Okay. But, and I'm gonna be like Resident Evil weird puzzle about it. There is a letter sticking out of a stuffed chicken. It like a typewriter would be.
Okay.
So you're able to pull the note. Sorry, is anybody going with Parrot this time?
Yeah, I'm following.
Parrot rushed up.
I'm avoiding the direction of the lighthouse.
So you go avoiding it, Morra.
Yeah.
Morra, on the other hand, her eyes are like trained on that lighthouse. Her gaze just wide-eyed as she's just like, there's someone screaming. I've been here before. Someone is screaming. We need to go help them.
Okay, but first we gotta follow Parrot, and then I want to see if anything's going on where the vortex was in the other town.
But Daisy, they're screaming. You go do that. I need to go over there.
I don't hear any screaming. It's really pretty light.
It's like super nice.
No, Daisy, I've been here before. I know this place. But no, I don't know this place. I don't need to.
Did you visit a dream?
A dream, maybe a dream, maybe. No,
Well, then you know.
I've never seen this place. I've never been here.
Well, what do you know about what do you know about it?
No, I saw
You
something.
should trust your dreams.
No, but I don't want to see it happen again. I don't. No, we need to.
Okay, well, where did it happen?
Lighthouse.
Okay, so I guess we do have to go there. If you don't want to see it happen again, just close your eyes. I have a blindfold if you want.
Is the moon out? Like what? Morra's gonna look up at the sky real quick. What does she see?
You don't see I mean, there's no vortex, right? But you do see the four of you do see the same pillar of light coming from the lighthouse. Myurin seems to be avoiding it, but you all seem to have followed Parrot to the same house that you all followed them to prior. Parrot, you encounter the letter. You're able to read it.
I would like to.
You know, so it literally says, from Ethan to Myurin. Myurin, I know that we've never been on even terms, that we've never been kind to one another, that as sentries for the Old Kingdom here in the middle of the world, we act as envoys for others. Envoys of peace, of direction, of knowledge. We transmit that to each other. But I've seen you grow envious, angry at the life I live in my homestead, peaceful, with my family in health and in kindness. Every day, you sleep at that lighthouse. You do nothing but stare out into the fog, waiting, biding your time for something greater to give you the power you need to break away from this forgotten land. You're ambitious, but so ambitious that you can't even hold yourself down without any pressure. How could you in the situation that you describe? I see you trying to take my spot as keeper of the lighthouse. I see you trying to take watch of the sacred flame away from me. But you will not. Understand that this place is guarded. And it doesn't matter how long it takes, or whomever dies in your tirade. Somebody, somewhere, will remember. And you will eventually feel justice. Go. Stop fleeing from the warmth. Give closure to those whose eyes turned red with the blood that they saw you spill so long ago.
Who read this?
Was this your house?
Who's reading it?
Or his house? I'm reading it.
That's mine. I didn't sleep here much.
Did you make it like this?
No. I made a mistake. Bad one. That's it.
What did you do to the lighthouse?
What's Morra doing right now?
Have they just walked into the building? Because I know Daisy and Morra were heading that way.
Yeah, everybody. Yeah, I mean the four of you have gotten there, and Myurin and Parrot were talking for just a moment before you got in, enough to hear that Myurin looked straight at you, basically.
She's just kind of staring back at him. What did you do? No, I don't
I
want to.
told you.
What was the mistake?
I told Morra. I wasn't fast enough. I made a judgment call. I thought Ethan would be okay.
Ethan?
Did you trap him here?
That letter bears lies.
Does the letter bear lies, or do you?
Screaming again. Myurin and Morra hear it. High-pitched. Parrot and Daisy hear a very low-pitched moan.
It's coming from outside.
Directly from where the lighthouse would be. The area that you were trying to stay away from.
I need to go.
Where are you going?
I need to be safe. I'm going to run to the lighthouse with every intention. And if I need to spend determination, I'm spending determination. But I need to get inside that lighthouse and lock the door.
Daisy's flying towards
I
it.
see
too.
him running to the lighthouse. I'm also running to the lighthouse. We're all like, let's go!
Yeah, as
Doing
our
more
party,
scrambling, like,
as the majority of our party start scrambling for this mirror lighthouse, I'll take a moment to say hi, Raiders. Hi, Gehenna Gaming. Thank you so much. We are in. If anybody's played Bloodborne, we are in the equivalent right now at the bottom of a mirror world, looking at an old destroyed fishing hamlet, and potentially somebody who caused that sin. So let's see what happens as they rush towards it, still lying potentially to each other. Myurin, you get there first, right? Before the others. And you do what you say that you wanted to do, right? You lock the door. You prevent them from getting inside. No problem. Morra. For you, more than any other, probably Parrot second, for you first, Daisy third, Myurin can't see it at all. There's this glorious emanating light coming from the lighthouse. And to you, it looks in perfect condition. Parrot, you see it as somewhat sound, but flooded. Daisy, you see it dilapidated. And Myurin, you see nothing but the door. It's all rubble, destroyed. But still, the door is what you focus on. If they can't get to the door, they can't get into the rubble. With such a perfect lighthouse to you, Morra, it actually calls to you. And it asks you to come inside.
I am Morra bangs her fist against the lighthouse door. They're just slightly too late as Myron's able to shutter it closed. She just sort of stands there for a moment looking up at the lighthouse, her eyes being drawn towards that light. as a wind picks up around her, a strong wind. It starts scattering anything that is nearby. Daisy would probably find it difficult to fly nearby if she is still there. And she is going to just, her eyes go completely white. She's going to use wind walking to try and get to the very top of the lighthouse where the light goes around.
Ideal.
To enter through the top.
Ideal. No check required. I mean, you just it's your spell, right? You do it. Myurin, to you it looks like Morra is standing on thin air. You cannot see where they're at. But Morra, you definitely can. Right? In the cradle where this flame would be, you see a trident. Very similar to the one that you wield in your hand right now. It calls to you again. Do you pick up the trident? The difficult part was getting up here. You already bypassed that, so.
Yeah, I mean, her legs feel like jelly. Like, that was an extreme expenditure for her. But she will go to the trident to pick it up, actually dropping her own with a clatter onto the ground as she goes towards this other one.
You pick it up, and a sort of refracting bubble halo appears over your head. It allows you to see and hear that which is really happening around you. Before you stands Gaelnir. Gaelnir is the deity of the sea folk, a keeper of secrets, and as we discussed before, possessing a well of infinite knowledge at the bottom of the sea. This isn't exactly what you expected in the tales. You expected it as a sort of Olympus, as an idyllic place. And so far it's been nothing but confusion, surrealism, and in some cases horror. Gaelnir looks at you and says, "The moon is full for you tonight, my child. You can no longer deny what you chose to forget. If knowledge is what you came here for, and clearly it's the only reason you made it this far, I will grant you the knowledge you seek. But know, your eyes, your spirit, will see far more than those around you. In fact, so much so that your truth will become their reality. I leave this to you now. Finding your way to me was all you needed to do."
No, do they have to see what happened? Can they just... they don't need to see the truth.
There is one that obstructs it now. The others will see what you can see. Lies any longer. The voice shuts out. The pillar of light closes. As you blink and are returned back to ground level, where Parrot, Daisy, and Myurin are. What you see are two spirits. Something, a memory you forgot. When you were a child, you lived not too far away from here, in the Barren Isles. In fact, to the closest one, near the Shadowed Isles. You swam far and away from your family, from where you were supposed to be, testing your skills, growing confident. You came to the wrong place at the wrong time. A lighthouse caught your eye, and that fateful night you swam there in hopes of finding calm, peace, of the nice village that those had told you about. Yes, low in stature, but grand in love, in food, in warmth. What you see is plain as day. You see a man locking out another, banging on the door. Let me in. You can't do this to me. My family. What about the lighthouse? As waters rise, you hear muffled voices coming from inside. And finally, as the light turns red, a blood-curdling scream, the same one that you heard earlier. As, for some reason, this figure seems to be caught by something under the water. They fall in. The flame dies out, and the entire lighthouse collapses into the sea, where the vortex now lies. You're scared. You look around, only to see formless creatures climb onto shore and destroy the village, electing to annihilate the majority of the people and leaving the majority of the structures intact. Something that you haven't been able to remember up until this moment. You were very young. Since then, trying to put the pieces back together and finding your own way, even misremembering an important piece of your history. You're taken aback to this underwater place. The village is different than what you initially saw it as. It's, like I said, put together. It's more advanced. They have streetlights. It's significantly different, although the form is the same, the area is the same, the location looks the same, and most importantly, the lighthouse looks the same, exactly the same. It's the only thing that's exactly the same. You know that Myurin is involved with that memory somehow. Myurin, all eyes are on you as Morra starts weeping and talking about, you know, what they've seen.
You killed him.
I didn't I?
You're so full of spite and jealousy for what he had. You could have opened that door. Why didn't you open that door? You didn't gain anything.
I asked
you
myself
gain?
that. Were he still a child, I would. Probably. Ethan was a man. And I was still a monster. What would you have of me now?
That's what you did. The entire village is gone. It wasn't just him. There's hundreds of lives here. For what? Did you keep asking yourself? This lighthouse? His family? The water begins to churn as Morra's emotions begin to bubble up. Almost lapping at Myron's feet.
Myurin looks at Parrot and Daisy, really to assess the situation.
Morra, are you like on the ground or are you still standing?
Um, she's sort of sitting on the ground, just looking up at him, feeling like a child
Yeah.
again.
Parrot is going to be like pacing back and forth in front of Morra, kind of, you know, making a barrier between Morra and Myurin. But mostly watching.
So, is there a way for Myron to like make some kind of peace with this, to talk to the spirits or something, so that they're not rightfully upset?
Depends on Myron.
Things seem missing with Myron. Myron doesn't seem to understand the world around him. You know that he asked you to come here to help him find this person. But if he killed them, why would he do that? The dissonance wears on his face.
Let's find a person's body then.
How is there going to be a body to find?
It must be inside the lighthouse.
Yeah. Let's go.
Maybe just
know you don't want
inside
to.
the door.
I know you don't want to, but you have to. You did this. You have to face up to what you've done.
I'm gonna go circle your ankles, Myron, and then walk towards the door to the lighthouse.
Okay. Parrot. Yeah, I just, Myron sees the door and rubble. You see, like, the second
flooded
best
lighthouse.
version of the lighthouse. Yeah, a flooded lighthouse.
Yeah.
So you walk in. The flooding seems to pool in the middle floor, not at the top, not at the bottom.
That's
It seems like it
weird.
runs. It seems like it runs red, and it seems to be
Oh.
circling along a pole support that keeps the lighthouse, supported. It also seems to be kind of the main dining area, the most likely for people to be. But no
I
body.
presume it takes some swimming to get there, but is there a table I can stand on above the water?
Yeah, it's floating, and then that's where you
Cool.
spot the circling in the red.
Great. Can I use my second sight on that?
Yes, you can. I'm gonna go make sure that second does.
Yeah, I
you
also
can
have
just
been
do
periodically opening it and or rereading it, being like, what is that? Something about Arcana.
Okay. Okay. This is super good, so roll for me, and that'll be an intelligence test.
$16.
Okay, super pass. You would definitely identify where. So it's actually so powerful. You can identify the arcane signature of something. So you
Cool.
don't see a body, but you do see the outline of a body. You can feel it. You just can't interact with it physically. It's also exactly where the red water seems to be pooling, and it's kind of set up right against the pole. And that's what you see. So you
As
know
if
something's there.
somebody had been tied to the post.
Yeah, exactly.
A person-sized thing. Cool. Then I'm gonna hop onto the post above where the person-sized thing would be, not right on top of it. That's not my bag. Just dig my claws in and then wait until anybody else shows up.
Daisy
'Cause
will.
I would assume that they would just be right behind me. Y'all are always following me around, you know?
Daisy would have
Um,
got right behind you.
Morra's still outside. Is Myurin still out there?
Aaron hasn't really moved.
I will psychically call out to both of you then. Just the word come over and over. Not in a sexual way, you perverts. I know somebody thought it. Don't. I'm a cat. Leave me out of this.
I have a
Morra
question
will...
there. Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead, Daisy.
Does it look like, is there, I don't know if I saw the evidence of there was a body there, but does it seem like there was just one person there, or does it seem like there could have been a lot of people up there?
So you're going in, right, Daisy?
Yes.
Okay. Remember, for you, it was a dilapidated lighthouse. This one's way more,
Okay.
like, even though the structure is the same, the interior is different. When you get up to the same spot, you see a similar thing happening. Water pooling in the middle, not at the top, not at the bottom, except every single drop of water is red, is blood red this time. The room smells like death. The paint is chipping. You can't see Parrot inside the same room, but you can still speak to each other through this psychic contact. So you identify the same signature, and actually you can hear whatever is tied to the post yelling. Like, moving like a record scratch. Skipping back and forth. As a
Are there any
spirit
words that they're
wailing.
yelling?
Nothing intelligible, but it's definitely death. It's anger, it's rage, it's hatred, it's wailing. So worse than Parrot. You can see more, but you still can't interact with the body.
Some part of me is expecting this to be Myurin, actually. That
Yeah.
sounds funny. What did you do to yourself, sir?
There's nothing else in the room that I can interact with, because it's not actually there. Okay,
True.
sorry, Morra, I didn't mean to
So
interrupt.
so what you do get one step further, but it's still not enough to pierce through the veil.
Myurin needs to be up here.
You
Morra
say that
has-
to Parrot.
Oh, go ahead.
Parrot is just gonna incessantly call you, both of you, to come in the way that like an annoying cat will do when they're trying to get food. Both psychically and, if you're listening with your ears, by meowing really loudly, which I'm sure is annoying for Daisy, who's in the same room and can't see me but can hear me. Just as loud as possible.
Actually, Daisy's going to go towards the meowing if she can, because she's near you.
Yeah. You hop on the same table above the flooded water. It's the same. So you're in the same physical spot. You just can't interact with each other.
Well, psychically we can, right?
Yeah. I just mean you can't like reach out.
But it's like, hey, what's up?
You can't pet me right now, sorry.
Yeah. Despite the meowing and everything.
She needs you up there. Aren't you going?
That's not where the body is. You locked him outside of the lighthouse. He got pulled into the water. She's taking a step towards Myurin. You need to help me find him. He's not going to be in there. Unless...
For a moment, sorry, Myurin, you know that they're telling the truth. You know that Ethan is not in the lighthouse. Something is, but it's not Ethan. Ethan fell into the waters that day.
Yeah. No, that can't be Ethan. We need to... It's... Please.
I'm gonna head to the lighthouse then.
Okay.
Can Morra grab him?
Yeah. I mean, if we're... Sorry, Parrot? Uh-huh.
Do Morra and Myurin also still hear that screaming from the lighthouse?
For sure. It's clearly calling them. Parrot's calling them. There's a lot to be had there. And Myron's seemingly trying to go to the lighthouse, and Morra's trying to stop. And both are valid. Morra's trying to find Ethan, and Myron is trying to uncover whatever is in the lighthouse. If Myron would like to continue towards the lighthouse and Morra would like to grab, this is going to be at least an opposed strength check. And if you continue, we'll just roll initiative and go like that. Which I'm fine. I mean, it's not initiative.
Wow.
It's not initiative. Just speed, speed as this game.
I'm gonna let myself be grabbed. All right. Well, we got the opposed roll anyway.
Sorry, I clicked it right as you
I'm
said that.
not competing with a 17. And
You brought me here to find Ethan. Ethan isn't in that lighthouse.
No.
Holding on to him, she is going to dive into the water where she saw Ethan get pulled.
Okay.
And we'll just swim down and down and down.
So this is West Marches. There is no right answer. You're just following a different thread. If that was really the case, the session has to end here. Morra and Myurin. So, are we going to do some checks to try and... Are we having any second thoughts? Or are we continuing straight down into the depths?
Just go to the lighthouse. I want to know what it is.
They're both really good options. I do want to point out.
I'm literally screaming at you in every voice I can. Please. Give me 10 more seconds and Parrot is going to be like, you guys are still not up here, and is going to start pretending to be hurt. Like yelling, begging for help. Like
Just tell them that Daisy's doing fairy stuff.
Daisy's doing something crazy. I don't know what's going on. Help me.
Morra, you bring me closer to the water.
No. I just want to tie a rock to you now and throw you in and then go to the lighthouse.
I'm just saying,
okay.
I think Myurin is missing something, and we should help him find it, and I don't think it's his buddy.
Yeah, she'll freeze. Hearing that Daisy's doing fairy things and that Parrot is hurt, because these two are still alive and need assistance.
Yeah, this darkness that you're about to dive into is not like the one where it's like light that fades out, into like sea, not having light. You feel like if you take a couple more steps, like you stop existing. Like it's actually nothingness behind that, right? You feel it very deeply. Yeah, that's what you hear from the lighthouse,
Sure.
but you feel nothingness coming from ahead. I imagine. So you're hopping out then?
Yeah, she'll like jerk Myurin back. No, that's how we forget. No.
Mustn't
We
forget.
need-
Why aren't you in the lighthouse?
So I won't go in there unless you come with me.
I'm already there.
Okay. Morra, so you go in the lighthouse first. You follow the same to the screeching. You fought. This time it's the kitty one. I don't mean the blood curdling screaming. I mean kitty screaming. Yeah. The yowling. You do follow the yowling, and you go right up to basically the same table, except it's not flooded. Right? It's like perfect. There's actually like warm food. It seems this is the same place that you saw a moment ago in perfect condition. I will say that by the pole is a prayer note with like flowers, funerary incense, and all manner of similar, actually warm and coveted. Like it seems like there's been some ritual here, right? But like a positive one to gently lead someone into the afterlife, and no screaming. So, Parrot, Daisy, Morra, you're all in the same table. Can't interact with each other across this veil. Myurin, you're the only one left.
I'm outside the lighthouse. Is that what you mean to say?
Outside the lighthouse. The other three are waiting at this spot.
Waiting for you.
And for you, it's basically just a pile of rubble that you're trying to get to a central point of. You have to like claw through it. You have to dig.
I need to climb. Yeah, I need to dig. And I need to get there.
You start taking it across. Let's say roll a strength check to take off as many as you can. I will also accept Constitution. And remember, you still have lots of your conviction.
11.
One reroll. Let's see how that is.
So I'm rerolling the 1.
Mm-hmm. Oh, well, the whole thing, but let's see. Okay, that's fine. The 5 at the end. So that's sufficient. With that 16, you make it through. You dig and dig until the cat yowling becomes so loud that you know you're at the right spot. What you see before you is the pole still there, and a corpse of black ichorous skin screaming incessantly, louder than you've ever heard. It's none other than you. It's your face.
Yes.
Your personhood. You buried yourself. You don't know when, but at some point after Ethan's death, you did something. And you ended up like that. Whether it was a demonic ritual or you passed of natural causes, the memories start returning to you. This original village, this is Old Kingdom. This is thousands of years ago. You killed Ethan so long ago that the world itself, most of it, forgot who and what you were. Morra saw the consequences of a new village trying to recreate a piece of old world tech and reconstruct the lighthouse, not knowing what was buried underneath in the waters that now lay beneath the current village. So it's like you're going back in time, figuring out what really happened to you. Your body was buried there and you left it. You finally uncovered yourself. At this moment, the 4 of you phase into the same spot. The flooding disperses. And you basically like water appears, like apparates and appears out of thin air and flows. It's like blood red water. Most of it flows out into the purgatory nothingness sea. And this wraith screeches at you. This is your true self. And if you wish to defeat it, to resolve yourself, you have nothing but to take it. Your friends will help you. Morra has uncovered these secrets. Daisy has kept you kind and cheerful. Parrot has been at the forefront of all of this. It's time.
It's the only way.
We'll do combat now. And yeah, so I have everybody's speed right here. So Parrot and Daisy, you're tied. Ian, you're last. Sam, you're first. I will say that this creature is slower than Sam, but faster than the others. Morra, you have first strike, granted to you by the gift of Galenir.
Oh gosh. Let's see here. I wasn't expecting combat. Sorry.
Yeah, after. Oh, combat. Okay, let me pull my character sheet.
Yeah. Is there rubble on the ground?
It's been like I'd say that the water pushed most of it away, and now it's just like the moldy, rotten foundation of the lighthouse, and everything else has been cast away. Foundation laid bare, just like Myurin.
All right. She is going to reach out towards the water that is nearby, shaping it with her hand into this sort of cylindrical ball that she is going to then gather and almost fling it towards this creature. And as it extends, it unfurls into like this whip that she is just going to bludgeon this creature with. It's a lot of whip. I think that is 3d6. Hold on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's 3d6 fighting.
Clickety click. I think this is actually in. Yeah, we'll just do it. 17. 2 stun
Yeah,
points.
definitely a hit. Deal that damage. Okay, that's a lot of damage.
She looks exhausted though.
Morra's definitely being pushed to their limits as this sort of like blindfolded Myurin's wraith takes the brunt of this attack, and part of its blindfold comes off. It can no longer avert its eyes to what's been happening to it for all these years. Next, will Myurin's wraith go? The wraith will start to gather its strength and draw upon the ooze from the blood water around you and try to splash it back on you. This is not a physical attack. He is trying to apply corruption to you. He is trying to essentially take your soul away from you, right, from the inside out. Myurin, if you want to voice your own wraith, please do so, but that's up to you.
Myurin's not attached to this thing. Not as far as he knows. We'll see.
Good. That's it's keep dedicated. Okay, so that attack goes through. Myurin will do so. Everybody roll basically a save for me, and let's do Constitution. And we're looking for target number 12 here.
I'm sorry, all of us, you said?
Yeah. It's like a screech that goes toward this. The screech finally culminates. Myurin just made it.
No.
Morra, you make it.
You said that was plus willpower?
Constitution.
Constitution, that makes sense, okay. I rolled a 10.
You can reroll with conviction.
Alright, I'm gonna do that.
And after that one, you have one
It's
left.
still a 10!
I mean, you still have one left, but that's up to you.
I think that was my first conviction, wasn't it? No, you're right. It was my second. Yeah, sure, why not? No more conviction for me. 6. 13.
13. You definitely pass. And Daisy?
15.
Okay, yeah. Everybody passes, right? Does nothing. Next up is going to be Parrot.
Is Psychic Shield only like a defensive thing, or can I use it now to like kind of cover everybody if it tries to attack like that again?
Yeah, it's defensive, and so if it attacks again, you will help shield people from its corruption screech, basically. Which
Cool, so I can shield everybody and not just myself, right?
yeah. Mm-hmm. Especially down
Nice.
here
I'm gonna do that
in the spirit world.
The spirit. Let me read.
Next
All right,
up
so
is
it's just going to be an opposed roll when it attacks us, right? Cool.
Oh, yeah. What exactly? Daisy, you're up.
I guess I will. How far is it? Far enough where I can hit it with my crossbow?
Yeah, for sure. You totally could.
Okay. And then I just roll the 3d6 plus my attack roll.
Yep, exactly.
Sorry, I am just trying to roll.
Ooh. So fun.
Sorry, I'm slow.
No, not at all.
What did I get? I got a 9. Can I do that again?
Okay.
With one of my
Yeah, you
convictions?
can roll you can roll a conviction and get that again, exactly.
$14.
Definitely hit. What damage do you deal?
A 2d6. What if my dexterity is more? I can add a d6. My
Okay,
dexterity
nice.
is 2.
It
What is
is.
Rafe dexterity?
Yeah,
Okay, so
not
I'm gonna
a
add.
2.
That's
It's
what.
a wraith, yeah.
So I'm gonna do 3d6 of damage.
Yep, okay. Awesome. It's a lot of damage.
9.
Okay. Good. Next up. Myurin. Fighting your own corpse.
All right. There's a lot of hate in this old man's heart. I'm gonna spend all 5 of my stunt points to use the role-playing stunt, if I may, to enrage myself. When I enrage, using the stunt, this wraith has to attack me or leave this place. Myron's afraid of what either of those might mean, but it's time to put this to rest, so I'm gonna do so.
So it's
I'm just
enraged.
gonna say
You can still attack. Okay. Uh-huh.
I have the brawling group. So I'm gonna attempt to brawl. If that's okay.
Please do.
I've generated another 5 stunt points from that. With triple 5s, 16 total.
That is ridiculous.
Can I spend conviction for an extra attack?
You literally can. Please do so.
Yeah. 14 to hit.
That's a punch too. Yep, they both punch.
All right.
Please deal both your punches.
I took a thing. 4 and 7 points of damage.
The Wraith is so close to death. It's almost falling apart. Its screeches are warbled. The rumble is starting to collapse. Even the hamlet and its flooding is starting to finally break open and give away, as it was always meant to do so long ago. Morra, you're up, and this might be the last one. Again, you can also use Conviction to add an extra attack, and you can also use your stun points to do an extra attack. You can have 3 attacks total if you want.
I don't think this is something for Morra to finish. Seeing the hamlet and everything crumbling down around them, she is going to look briefly at Myurin. You have to finish this. And is going to run back, pick up Parrot and Daisy, and is going to try and find a way out of here.
I will say
just
that
gonna-
as you start running and you leave combat, Myurin, that basically means that you actually, like, that Morra defaulted their turn to you. So Myurin, you actually go again.
I go again?
Yep, Morra's defaulting the
Morra
turn to you.
told you to,
essentially.
man.
Yeah.
Alright.
Morra's pulled everyone else out of combat because this place seems like it's crumbling down around them, and she's trying to get them out while you face your demons. Demon.
Corpse.
Double sixes.
that's a hit.
17 to hit. I have 11 stunt points.
You can use two lightning attacks for 3 attacks total if you wish.
Dang.
I'll be doing that.
Oh my god.
Overkill.
Total of 8 is bad. I've spent all my determination. And a total
2
of
hit.
14. So 2 of them connect.
Let's talk about this.
Please tell me how
As
you.
can.
Please tell me how you destroy your own corpse as your friends want to run away in horror from your spirit land. Your purgatory.
You know what I
land.
would like to say?
Please.
I would like to say that if anybody cared, they would be interested to know. Myurin had only his fists and his demons, and the way that he resolved that would not be known to the people who didn't see the fight occur.
Him punching his demons with his fists.
Probably that. Parrot is
Well, I can
probably
fly over and
closer.
watch.
I mean, you can.
I'm being dragged away, so
Uh,
I'm watching still, just looking over the
It's-
shoulder.
Well, it's sad.
Yeah, we got popcorn.
Ooh, that's dark.
Just a beatdown. Yeah, it is some dirty fighting that gets a lot more straightforward over time, and the cadence gets slower until this thing decides to be a new layer of dead, beyond the dead that it was, to a deadness more suitable for the protection of Myurin's friends. That's with a question mark.
Three of you make it on out. Jimmy looks at you, still there. It's only been maybe an hour in the real world. Well, yeah, Myurin, you stayed. Is that correct, or?
Yeah, I wouldn't leave this thing.
Yeah. You make it out. It's only been about an hour in the real world. Jimmy is like, what happened? Where's Myurin? Did you help him find his friend?
I'm gonna jump on the ship's balustrade, like looking into the water, and just pace and look into the water and wait and see if he pops up again,
Morra?
even if he never will.
Morra is just kind of shaking her head. I don't think Myurin's coming. He found some sort of peace.
Daisy, do you think he's okay?
Can I fly and check?
Yeah.
Is it too late for me to fly over there and like check?
No. You fly over and you dip into the water, and you try going back down. There's no vortex this time, but you try following straight down in the same place that it was before, going down as it gets darker. But this time, there's no second light. There's no mirror on the other side. Whatever was there is lost to us. And you fly back
Okay. I was like, the situation's handled.
Jimmy's like, we should go home. I hope Myurin found the piece he was looking for, Morra. I hope you found the secrets, the answers that you needed. Theodora will be happy to hear back from all of you either way. Please, eat. We'll be back in Aldis soon. As the luxury Ryfen carriage sails off into the sea, as you hear fresh waves crack along the cliff where the lighthouse used to be. And no, it's ended. The three of you look off, try to see if you can see any structure or the hamlet again. And you see nothing. You see rubble, dust, and moss. And that's where we'll end our session for this week's Blue Rose. Thank you so much to my Marigold week for a very happy and chaotic session for the first half, and an equally chaotic and extremely depressing second half. It was an absolute pleasure to run for you all. My name was Anthony. It was an amazing pleasure to be your narrator, he, him pronouns. You can find me on Twitter at Prainntheplague, where we still have a couple of weeks of Blue Rose left. Make sure you check it out, and that you continue to watch, retweet, sub, send some donations our way if you'd like. And as always, it's just an amazing time running for all of my players. We're going to go in exit order of the same that we did last time. So next up, Ian.
Hi. I'm Ian. Over to
How
you,
are
Sam.
Myurin?
Oh my god, Ian. Wait.
Can't give him control when he's in the game.
There you go.
Oh no!
Oh no, they're mine!
Reverse the hack. No.
Uno card.
Hi, Myurin.
All right, well,
How are you?
Right. I, like Myurin, have been brought back against my will to continue. Yes, I have a feeling Morra is involved in this. So I'm IanVJames on Twitter. I'll talk about Pathfinder. That's literally my story.
But the second one.
Yeah. I recognize avocados are not considered a fruit, but I will let you know. Equally fresh. They keep them stocked at grocery stores. It's just there for you to have. You have to pay for it though, or you talk to people with police costumes on. But over to you, Sam.
What?
Wait,
We're
before
back
you
to
go,
talking
if that's
about.
not a fruit, what is it?
It is a
An
fruit.
avocado is scientifically a berry, but I
Okay,
consider
but
it a
berry falls
vegetable.
under the fruit category.
Yeah, it's hey.
Well, is
This
it
is
a
hot
fruit or
dog.
is it
This is
not?
hot dog.
Berry.
This is good
All
hot
right.
dog
I
sandwich talk.
understand.
Hi, Sam. How are
Hi.
you?
I understand.
My life is a lie. Cake is a lie.
Literally.
The avocado is a lie. I don't even know what's happening anymore.
It is a fruit. I just looked it up.
There we go. It's true. But then
Nice.
if you scroll down, it says the avocado is actually a berry, and then there's an asterisk. So this is something to read up later. Chat, if you
What?
are
We're still
confused, if you need to know. at me at Scribbling Penny on Twitter, and let's talk about our avocados, fruits, berries, vegetables. Mercs of Mischief, thanks for the raid. We're wrapping up.
And Gehenna Gaming.
Like,
Really appreciate all the raids tonight as well.
Yeah, you guys are fantastic. I played Morra, the sea folk adept that can shape wind and water. It was super fun. I love having Anthony as a GM, and did not murder Ian this game. So I think that sets my clock back to 0, right?
No,
there's
no.
a
Nope.
Aw, damn it. All right, next time then, I'll be good. But yeah,
Thank you.
you're not gonna catch me anywhere for a while. I'm just gonna go ninja mode. So yeah, it's true.
Thank you so much,
Also, some
Sam.
announcements. Yeah, it's the end of an era.
It is. Next
But
up,
not for Parrot.
VoidCat. Not for Parrot. VoidCat, how are you?
Pretty good. I just had a good adventure, experienced some new stuff. Got sad right at the end, but that's fine. I like it that way. Hey everybody, it's me, VoidCatGaming, and I was so happy to play myself today. Extra chaotic cat, knocking shit over and then secretly being like a healer and a shield. There you go. Thank you for letting me play. I'm real glad that I finally got to play with Ian and Sam at the same time, which is a thing that I actually didn't think I would ever see, you guys in the same game, because you're always like doing the back. They were doing the tech at the same time, okay? I just want to point that out. In case you don't realize how much extra work they're doing behind the scenes. A narrator, excellent job, just pulling the rug out from under us right at the end and just being like, okay, anyway, you thought this was a fun game. Easy, very friend.
My heart.
Right now, my job is eating up all of my time, so I haven't been able to stream. But I'm looking for a change, so hopefully I'll be back to your screen soon. Love you.
Aw, thank you so much, Void. That's so great. Yeah, I hope the same. And Janie, playing Daisy, how are you?
I'm fine. I have nothing to say. Daisy was the fairy character, but she lived near the sea, so that's why she could swim, and she liked swimming.
Yeah, you were an underwater fairy.
Probably, yeah.
Estes fairy.
Water fairy.
Just hey, you guys, do you want to eat something? You should eat something before you go.
Yeah, super kind. Super kind.
What's your name?
Definitely portrayed your major arcana there.
Parrot is my name.
Well, she got Morra's name, and didn't she give? Did they have any food together at the chaotic beginning?
Morra was buying everybody drinks. Does that count? I mean,
yeah. You drank liquor that other people did. You had mushroom tea like others did, and you knew the names of both Myurin, Parrot, and Morra. So in the end, the fairy did get the little black book on everybody.
Damn it.
Yeah, well, that's a part 2 for later. Thank you so much, Janie.
Yeah, don't worry, you're fine.
For now, until you want to call in a favor.
Yeah,
I did eat a lot of
probably.
Conviction.
But
stuff for later.
I'm really terrible at promoting myself and things I'm doing. So what I'm going to say is that guacamole is really good.
Back on the fruit.
You mean
thing.
fruit salad?
It is really good. Fruit stuff. No, cursed. It's so cursed. I gotta put it
that's
in.
right. I rest my case.
Then I'll tell you this
So,
about
if a meatball sub is a sandwich, that means a hot dog is also a sandwich.
That's true.
Oh my God.
That's
And my last random fact
I'm willing
is that
to
there are
sacrifice that to win my argument.
Okay.
And it's that nomenclature is annoying. And Myurin is
Nomenclature
dead.
is imperfect, and so is language. Yep, you're right.
I
have one more random fact for you all. There are no blue roses in nature.
Yeah,
Oh,
exactly.
true.
It is actually something that is
Blasphemy.
not found.
No, just kidding.
That's a good
Yeah, it's
point.
not. There's
So
the blue.
All
Blue is actually a
roses
dark color
are
for
dyed
power.
putting, yeah,
yeah,
putting dye in the water.
this is a world.
They're dyed,
This is a
or
world
there's
where
a really dark blue rose that's been created, but it's been bred that way, and it's like genetically engineered.
Like they couldn't
It's really
even
dark.
crossbreed the seeds right. They're just like, that's it. We're just gonna cut in some DNA.
you're super right about that, and that's why I appreciate Blue Rose, a world in which and where love can be love, and no one says that it can't happen, right? Or
That's not
again, putting
real.
pure and trans stories first. Yeah, exactly, right. So I'm super happy to run this game again for everybody. It was a wonderful another week of Blue Rose. Please catch us again next Friday for some more. And yeah, just thank you so much again for watching us, everybody. Have a wonderful night.